Yes, guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy Jack here at the Irish Hotspur, here to deliver you that watch along, everybody. Hopefully, you're all keeping well. Hopefully, maybe you've had, maybe some eagle prepared, some eagle recipes later, because a lot of people are going into this one either confident or not very confident at all. Huge, huge calls made by the likes of Brian Mason on this one, which is definitely an interesting call on his behalf. That's what I would say. I think with Brian Mason, I kind of support it. I kind of support it. I've heard something about how he said basically players are playing for their careers. I wasn't able to really get caught up on that press conference. Very bad on my part, everybody. But hopefully, he is, meaning that, because if they are, sort of playing for their careers, then they're going to feel a bit of the burn. They're going to feel a bit of the fire under their, under their, where it needs to be. Before I say that later, Brian Mason. I'm liking the calls that he's making, everybody. I'm liking the calls that he's making. He's leaving out the likes of Eric Dyer. He's going maybe for a Poro Emerson combination. He's putting Ben Davies back into the team. Richarlison's still in there. I like to see that. I think Kulusevski's maybe been given a few too many chances. Maybe Richarlison has probably just been injured too often, but hasn't been given enough, in my opinion, at least. But definitely an interesting one. I think Brian Mason has made some huge calls here, everybody. So let me read the lineup in case you are listening along here, everybody. We have Fraser Forster in goals, Christian Romero as the right-sided center back, I imagine. But what I'm actually thinking is it could be more a 4-2-3-1. If you want to look at it as a 3-4-2-1, that's a possibility. I feel like it could be a 3-4-3 with maybe Emerson playing as a defensive sort of left wing back of some type. That could make some type of sense. But where I maybe see it is maybe he is trying to find a way to revert to the 4-2-3-1, Ryan Mason. So he could be going for perhaps maybe Romero as a right-sided center back, Emerson maybe as the right back, with Longley as the left-sided center back, and then Ben Davies as the left back, with Poro perhaps on Emerson's side, maybe kind of as a supportive sort of right winger, and maybe also as well just make that a bit of a dangerous combination where you have a solid defensive right back in Emerson, but is able to get up and down. I think a lot of people don't give Emerson enough credit for how he is able to get up and down the pitch, and he does have that stamina. But then you maybe sort of release Pedro Porro a bit of sort of the defensive responsibilities, because he has guys like Romero as well as Emerson behind him, and then he can do more of that damage going forward, because he has been really good going forward, I think, Pedro Porro. So it'd be interesting to see if Ryan Mason is giving Pedro Porro more of a free role kind of in the attacking third. You have then Skip and Hoiberg, kind of been the consistent sort of pairing in midfield, with the likes of, like I said, potentially maybe a Poro helping him out, or maybe, if it is a 3-4-2-1, an Emerson maybe there, in the 3-4-3. But I'm going to stick with the 4-2-3-1. I'm sounding all over the place, but I'm going to maybe say that he's, gone for a four in the back here, and maybe Skip and Hoiberg are holding it down kind of as a midfield pivot. Like I said, with maybe Poro playing out wide on the right. Sonny, maybe Richarlison and Kane are just sort of a free flowing front three. Maybe Kane is kind of going to be playing definitely much more through the middle, dropping deep, with Richarlison perhaps is more the out and out number 9, and Sonny maybe is more kind of a striker as well. It'll be interesting to see how it goes, but I guess we can only time will tell. Time will tell until we see the lineup, everybody. But Crystal Palace, let's see what they have here. They have Sam Johnston in goals. Looks like they have Joachim Anderson, Joel Ward, Mark Guehi, as well as Tyreek Mitchell. I think Guehi as well as Anderson we would both take. And then Eberiche Eze, definitely a really good player. Absolutely love watching him. I think he's so silky with the ball, and he's just, the way he glides past players is just beautiful to watch. I think a former kind of sort of, at least, I think he was a futsal player, like a former just sort of like, kind of street footballer as well. So he really does have those sort of tidy techers. I really like him. And I think if we were to go after some type of creative midfielder of some kind that can also maybe play out as a winger, I think Eberiche Eze is actually one of those guys. I really like how he plays. Jeffrey Schlupp and Doucouré, probably the more hardworking players kind of in midfield there, with Wilfred Zaha, Jordan Ayew, and Elise. Elise is also a very dangerous player. A lot of people really like him. He's especially, kind of seen as one of the more dangerous up and coming kind of right wingers, I think, in the Premier League. Has a really good left foot. And then Jordan Ayew, I think, can surprise you at times. I don't really rate him too much, but I think he sometimes can surprise people. And it seems like he's being kind of consistently picked for kind of his work rate and maybe his ability to sort of just do kind of the unselfish things kind of in game. And then Wilfred Zaha, somebody who's been linked with Spurs in the past, of course, who can obviously cause us a lot of trouble. And he is definitely a bit of a guy who can get, players wound up as well. So definitely someone to keep an eye on. But hopefully everybody is keeping well. Hopefully everybody has smashed that like button as well. Dave and Sean will be joining me momentarily. Mark is in the house saying no Dyer. He is celebrating to get the champagne out, get the beers out. Maybe I'm gonna have to go to the beers out, the coffee right now here, Mark. But I'm liking what your attitude. You're feeling the likes of a no Moonhead in the lineup. I think a lot of people are probably feeling very sort of relieved, or they're just maybe excited just to see something different, right? They want to see something different than the likes of Eric Dyer. And I don't blame him for it. I certainly don't blame him, because we do maybe just want to see something different. Big up, Mark. Big up, Gamer16. Finally, we get to see Emerson as center back behind Poro. Also glad to see Basuma back on the bench. I didn't even get to take a look at the bench. I mean, I'm sloughing over here, Mr. Gamer16. But Basuma, good to see him kind of making a return. I'm pretty sure Sassignon is out for the rest of the season, which is another subject, but that dude is probably well and gone. That dude is made of glass. But Basuma back on the bench is lovely to see. Maybe he can come on and give Højbjerg or Skip a rest. It's great to see Gamer16. And Emerson, I'm going to say maybe he's leaning more towards playing as a right back today. I think he's going to be playing as a fullback more likely, or he could be playing as a wing back. But big up Sue Smith. And she's saying, hi, guys, not too well right now, but hope to join you for a watch along later until our club is sold. Big up Sue Smith. Absolutely right. And hopefully you're keeping well. I mean, I understand right now, Sue. It's also as well, a lot of other things going on besides Spurs and everything in people's lives, and they haven't given you a lot to cheer for. But maybe this day be a little bit better. Can't promise anything. Don't let me promise anything. Happy Clapperjack, absolutely. Is nowhere near as optimistic as he usually is, but hopefully, Sue, you have some things, to take your mind off of maybe other than the Spurs. But good to see you in here as always. Thanks for leaving a comment, Sue, and really do appreciate your support. Good to see you in here. Ribsy85 in the house. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Ribsy. Thanks for tuning in, my friend. Matthew's in here as well. Big up, Matthew. Big up, my friend. Taku Baby, I don't mind Royale at left wing back since he doesn't attack. Big up. Taku, yeah, he is that sort of maybe more defensive, kind of choice. And I think we've been kind of missing a more defensive and, kind of a solid, right, kind of a fullback as well, to pick from. And I really like Emerson. I've always defended him. I've always maybe, brought up maybe certain elements of his game that maybe people kind of just written off. I think a lot of people maybe misunderstand how sometimes, the Premier League can punish you for being a bad defender. You need to be a good defender in the Premier League if you are going to be playing kind of the positions that Emerson, as well as even Pedro Porro, find themselves in. And I think Emerson has probably been one of the more reliable defensive players this season. I mean, he makes maybe a mistake here and there, but a lot of people don't really, I think, notice some of the sort of very key fundamentals, I think, to his game that maybe just go, like I said, just a bit unappreciated, a bit unnoticed. Big up, Taku. Hopefully you're keeping house. Dark Sun G, my man, welcome back. He says, happy to see Royale back. Hope he plays right-sided center back. 3-1 win. Right-sided center back, fullback. It's just good to see him back in the lineup, Dark Sun G. You know me. I'm a big Emerson defender. Hashtag save Emerson. Always love the kid. But I think as well, he's just brings again sort of that defensive solidity. He might bring maybe the best out of Romero again, because Romero's, been missing some sort of competency next to him, some guys that he can rely upon. So really excited to see Emerson back in the line. I'm also excited to see back you in the chat as well, Dark Sun G. I hope you're keeping well, my man. I sent you an email the other day, dude, and I'm not sure if you got it. Maybe it's the same email, but if you ever at some stage, want to catch up or anything, feel free to get back to me on that email, my man. But it's good to see you in here as always. I imagine, the Liverpool derby with the out loud was a crazy one. It was probably horrible at first, and then to have that comeback was probably nuts, and for it to just be ruined by just a poor pass from Lucas Moura and just a general sort of bad defensive display. I'm sorry about, the Liverpool derby, with your dad, Dark Sun G, but it's good to see you back in here, my man. It's good to see you back in here. And like I said, get back to me on that email if you ever have the chance, or let me know if it's the same email. Let me know if it's the same email. Hopefully you're doing well though, dude. Welcome back, dude. Welcome back. Daniel Larson says Emerson right-sided center back, Poro right wing back, Davies left wing back. I think it will be if so, that's pretty good. That's awesome. I like it, Daniel. He's feeling confident. Some huge calls made by Ryan Mason, that's for sure. If I'm not mistaken as well, I think he said something on the lines of like they're playing for their careers or something like that. I'm all for that. I absolutely love that. I got a real kick out of that because it does show that maybe he's willing to make some shakeups. He's willing to challenge the hierarchy of these players. He's willing to make some sort of, he's willing to rattle their cages. He's willing to test their sort of, established, sort of, yeah, their status. They have this, this it feels like these players have this, this bypass. They're able to sort of get through all the criticism, and they don't really get to escape, their bad form or their mistakes. And Ryan Mason is doing something that, I'll be honest, like previous managers haven't. Like, as much as, I think Antonio Conte was absolutely right in what he said about his players, maybe I wish he did this a bit more often, maybe kind of, going for sort of changes like this, dropping players, making statements out of it, instead of maybe sticking with the same old. I kind of like it. I kind of like it, Daniel. Big up, my man. Rasta Country's in the house. Good afternoon, Jack. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Rasta. We have Derek Hutchinson as well. Big up, Jack. Come on, you Spurs. 2-0. Spurs win. I've gone for a 3-2 or a 4-2. I don't imagine, we're going to keep goals out. Maybe with Emerson and Romero sorted together, who knows? Maybe we will be more defensively solid if we do end up getting a clean sheet, or at least maybe concede only one. Might make some big statements actually about what sort of, personnel we need to be going for kind of in that back line. Because it's not just dropping Eric Dyer. It probably will be if we do end up having a good defensive display. I mean, I'm not putting any confidence in it, but if we do end up having a better defensive display, I wouldn't say it's just maybe dropping Eric Dyer. It's probably as well, keeping, putting Emerson back into the team, putting Ben Davies and back into the team as well. As much as Ben Davies is a bit boring, he's a bit vanilla, he is sort of that competency that we've been needing. The standard of defending is so low with this team that just sort of competency works. Like, guy that can just sort of do the no nonsense, just get his tackles in, doesn't shy away from a challenge. Those sort of things are kind of just the bare minimum, and will get sort of praised, and you'll get your spot in the team. So, like I said, if we do end up having a much better defensive performance today, I will think it will be absolutely thanks to more absolutely right. Davo's just smashing the breakfast. Good to see you, my man. Good to see. But like I was finishing my thought with, I think Ben Davies, he's a bit vanilla. I know he's not everybody's favorite, but he is somebody that I think can actually have, a bit of a, how would you put it? He's going to keep his spot with his competency. Just brings sort of that solidity that maybe other defenders just don't bring. And I think a lot of people maybe don't. Probably some people do see that with Davies. I think he probably has maybe too many defenders, kind of like myself. I probably find myself defending Davies a bit too much. But hopefully everybody's keeping okay. Keep smashing that like button here, everybody. Big yourself up. Derek, Bald Bean Counter, good to see you, my friend. And he says 5-1 Kane hat trick. Let's go. Big yourself up, Felix. I'm loving that, my man. And let me know if you have any, if you're a betting man, if you participate, in the cheeky bets like, Sean does, because I wouldn't probably doubt that, that maybe Harry Kane is, licking his lips against likes of Crystal Palace. We're going to bring in Dave in just a second here, everybody. But yeah, Felix, I think Harry Kane, he probably likes the taste of eagle. He probably has, a few different ways that he can cook up an eagle, for himself, like a slow burn. Or if you're going for a hat trick today, I guess he's just going to roast it. He's just going to be giving it a good old fry. But big up, my man. He's going to batter it. That's what he's going to do. He's going to batter the eagle. Big up. Shem Tan's in the house. Come on, you Spurs. Hey, Jack. Hopefully we won't. Hopefully we won't go 4-0 down and have to score 5 in the second half. It's those sort of games then that we become used to, Shem, and it's a healthy reminder, my man. It's a healthy reminder, and it's disappointing that we continue to sort of have to, find ourselves talking about it, but we need to, because this team has just let us down on numerous occasions when it comes to what we think is sort of defensively, reliable, or what, they basically have defied, I think, all, senses of, understanding of what a Premier League defender is basically capable of. They just have, they really have just reached absolute lows of, standards of defending. And it really feels like, what we're hoping for is just, yeah, like you said, hopefully we just don't concede 3 inside 20 minutes. It's sort of, that's how low the standards have gotten to, Shem. But Dave, good to have you in here. I can shut up, and Save Emerson is in charge. And, Mo, he did tell me over the likes of social media, Jack, you're going to have to keep this secret, but I'm feeling confident that I could be picked tomorrow by the likes of Big Money Mace. And I said, Emerson, are you sure you're ready? And he said, Jack, I'm not sure if I'm ready, but, I'm going to get the call if the coach needs me. And I guess Ryan Mason's called upon him, Dave, and I'm not sure where he'll be playing today, but it's good to see Emerson back into the team. And it's also beautiful as well. It brings a tear to my eye, the absolute circle that has been the Emerson agenda, Dave, because if anything is a circle, if you could ever point to a metaphorical circle, it would be people's understanding of Emerson Royale. But Dave, now I can shut up.
No, look, Jacko, first of all, I must say I'm absolutely buzzing with the moves Mason has made. To drop Eric Dyer, absolutely huge. I actually think you might see a better defensive unit today. But look, It's very interesting. You don't know what sort of Mason can do with this one, because if you look back to what he done under Jose in the 7 games towards the end of the back season in 2021, he played a 4-2-3-1, and it can be set up for that. You can have Kane in the cam, Porro on the right, Son on the left with Richie leading the line, and Emerson at right back, Davies at left back with Romero and Langley. But it could also be a 3-4-3 where you've got Emerson playing right-sided centre back and Romero in the middle with Langley on the left. So it's very interesting and very exciting to see exactly what we're going to do.
Yeah.
However, I would say, regardless of it, I'm looking forward to seeing Romero and Emerson back together. That was solid down that side.
Yeah.
Absolutely solid. I mean, whether it's a back four or whether it's the two of them at right centre back and centre back, I actually think you're going to see a marked improvement today. I think you're going to see a physical back line. People that actually want to defend. They're not scared to defend. So I'm very, very excited by that. And it'll look, I don't think today will go all the way to maybe, on my theory about how costly some of these guys are across the back line, but I do think you'll see a difference, and it'd be interesting to see if that is the case. And it'd be interesting to see if Kane is playing in a cam role and Richarlison leading the line. Very interesting. But I love what Mason said, that people are playing for their future.
Yes.
Absolutely love it.
I loved it too.
They should have been playing for their future 6 weeks ago, Jack.
Oh, yeah.
Put to them that was on the line back then. However, people got complacent. Now it's out there. You either put in the performance or you're gone. And that's the way it should be. That's what fans want. I do think Mason has left it too late to do this. However, fair play. But I would have gone further, Jack. I would have brought Dorrington on the bench and fucked Dyer out. I would have not. What's the point of persisting with Lucas Moura? He's gone. He's out of here. He's cost us 2 wins this season. The sending off at Everton and the goal he gave away at Liverpool.
Yeah.
Why not bring another youngster on the bench like a Jamie Donnelly or Mikey Moore, even just give them the experience of being in and around a match day squad in the Premier League? Probably should have went a little bit further, but Jack, I think I speak for most people. We are excited to see what today brings. If it's a back four, fair play, and even if it's a back three, I think you're going to see a much more solid back three. And if it is a back three, you'd like to think that Emerson can deal with that threat down that side. You've got Davies as cover on the left side with Langley. You'd like to think between the two of them, they can deal with that threat. So I think today, let's see what happens. But I hope we can put in a solid defensive unit. And then maybe it highlights that I was right on Dyer all along. So let's wait. Let's wait and see.
Well, let's wait and see, David.
The other way, but I'm confident today, Jack. I'm happy. I'm excited about today. I'm not going to lie.
That's good to see, Dave. It's good to see. And I must have the hot hand today. Maybe it's because Emerson's in the lineup. But Sean, I already have you in here, my friend, and people can already see you. That you're live in front of them. Oh. Maybe you weren't even expecting for me to be that quick. I'm not too sure. And like I said, maybe it's because the Emerson Royale is back in the team. I'm feeling good about myself. Welsh Gal's in the house as well. Good to see you, Welsh Gal. She's saying need more itches. Feels like Ryan Mason's more of a Brazilian fan than maybe an itch fan. Welsh Gal. Sean, how you keeping since I've seen you?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Glad to be back with you guys. Look, fascinating set of changes. Lots of people in the comments on We Are Tottenham TV, Jack, were like, a few people were saying you're deluded if you think it's anything other than a 3-4-3. Other people saying it's 4-4-2. Some people thinking it's 4-2-3-1. Some people thinking it's 3-5-2. It's very difficult to know just on paper. And a lot of people were like judging by going to BBC or to Sky or to Google and then looking at the way that they present the team in their little templates. But I don't think that's anything to go off of. So I wanted to ask you, Jack, like, do you think it's a 3-4-3 or do you think it's a back four?
I had a bit of a howler, I'm going to be honest, Sean, when I was trying to describe it. I think I was like 3-4-2-1. Makes sense. Emerson, defensive left wing back. Let Porro, get more, chances at right wing back. You sort of don't do what you've maybe spoken about before with Perisic and Porro at the same time, being both kind of defensively a bit, kind of wanting, and you have a bit more solidity back into the team. But it's also a bit of a strange one because I feel like Davies and Longley sort of being put together, we don't get to see as often. So that would maybe more suggest to me that unless he's really just if he's outright dropping Eric Dyer from, the back three and sticking with the back three, that's almost more of a statement, I think, if that makes any sense, because he just has no confidence then in Eric Dyer in the formation. But if he's dropping Eric Dyer and making a switch to a 4-2-3-1, which he's wanted to do in the past.
Isn't it?
it's huge calls from Ryan Mason. It's huge calls. I'm kind of like them.
And
I
what's the
like them
rationale
because
for it?
we've criticized Conte for not doing this in the past and not making these sort of decisions when people have had howlers. Sean, we've often asked for people to be dropped, and we've asked for Conte to make
Yeah.
changes to personnel after people have had bad games, especially when it comes to Eric Dyer. And it's funny to see Ryan Mason just do it sooner than even Antonio Conte did.
You can't ask for it and then complain when you're given it.
Correct.
But I wonder what's the motivation from Ryan Mason. Is this one of those kind of like bold moves for someone that if it works out, like if everything works out today and we go and beat them 4-0 and it's a 4 at the back, right? Or even if it's a 3 at the back and Emerson's playing right-sided centre back, something that a lot of people have asked for. Is this Ryan Mason's way of rolling the dice? He's playing craps here and he's rolling the dice, hoping for it to land on a 7. And if it lands on a 7, he hopes that he gets himself in the managerial name hat.
I think he's left it too late.
They call him Money Mace for a reason, Sean. Is he a high roller?
Exactly. If it lands on Snake Eyes and we get pummeled, then he wasn't going to get the job anyway. So I wonder how much of this is down to him like throwing caution to the wind as a way of trying to, trying to establish himself, trying to get Daniel Levy's attention.
I'll be honest. I think he's left it way too late. I think he should have done this more or less immediately. To be honest with you, I get that he's come into some big games, Man United, Liverpool, etc. But I think Mason needed to do it sooner if he really wanted to stake a claim for the job. He needed to make drastic changes quicker and sooner, in my opinion. I think it's a little too late, in my opinion, for him to probably throw his name in the ring. He needed to do it when Tottenham was still in the interview process or still deciding who they were going to interview. I think he's left it too late now, me personally. But you know what? I think it could be a claim that if there's any other clubs out there looking to take a gamble on the guy, I think he could be trying to put his name out there in that ring, to be honest with you. But look, regardless, many fans have got what they've asked for all season long. They've got the changes. They've got personnel being held accountable for their shit performances and being dropped. And, he's tried a few different things here today. So let's see what happens. For me, I'm behind it. I'm fully behind it. And I want to see what happens. I'm excited. However, Mia raises a good question.
About Emerson's fitness.
Because no one really seen him in any training videos. There was no real pictures of him back in training. I don't think anyone, bar Jack, actually brought up in the pre-match build-up was expecting the guy to start today. So interesting to see how fit he is, especially coming up against Zaha, Olise, Eze, players that are direct running at him. If he's not fit or he's not sharp, it could cost him today. So
I'm a bit worried about Big Emma for that reason, Dave, because while I trust him for, he's a physical guy, he's built and everything, he's not going to shy away from the physical battles. But does he have that sort of bursting speed and pace and energy? And does he have that quick first step like he normally does? And is he able
to take away from the player, right?
He's coming up against a Wilfred Zaha. He's coming up against, guys that are tricky wingers as well. And so it's a huge ask from him, to see how he does it. But for me, Dave, I think just what Emerson does bring, what maybe a lot of people didn't notice, is sort of just those defensive fundamentals that often do go a bit unappreciated. Like he will probably show Zaha more to the outside. He will get more, crosses blocked. Like Sean always points out, he's one of our best defensive headers of the ball. He will get more clearances in, when dangerous crosses come in. He is just that guy that brings a bit more solidity that you can rely upon to make the right defensive decisions. And we don't have enough guys in the lineup anyways that make the right defensive decisions. And
but
Emerson's
it's not just
usually
about him,
the most.
Jack, right? Even if you're playing in the back three, even if you're playing in the back three, the consequences of that are also pushing Romero into the middle.
Yes,
and
you're pushing Romero into a new position, maybe.
So you not only are you pushing Emerson into a new position, you're pushing Romero into a new position. We saw him play for 5 minutes on the left side of the centre backs to give Sanchez moments against. I forget who it was against, but
no,
who was it against?
No, I was just going to say Romero was crap on the left side.
Romero was crap on the left.
What are your thoughts on maybe us playing a 4-4-2, Sean? Could that be potentially?
Yeah, I'd love it. I said it on the We Are Tottenham TV. Go back to old Harry Redknapp days. 4-4-2.
Love a 4-4-2.
Mike Bassett.
Love a 4.
Skip Sonny on the left, Porro on the right, Højbjerg and Skippy in the middle. Standard back 4-4-2. I don't hate it. It's not been seen very frequently in recent years, but
Yeah.
As I say, like any particular one of the millions of variations that are on the table here could be plausible. It's going to be on Peacock. They're saying it's a 4-4-2.
Yeah, but they have Skip on right wing and Porro in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think
someone's
someone's not had their coffee this morning in the USA over maybe on Peacock. Maybe perhaps they made a little bit of an error, made a little bit of a typo.
I genuinely think it's going to be a 4-2-3-1. However, I forgot to say this quickly, Jacko. That on your Tottenham TV, I did say it'd be interesting to see if we attack in a 4-2-3-1 and defend in a 3-4-3, because there's the option for both with the players out there.
Money Mace with the new sweatshirt there, everybody. Let us know your thoughts on it in the chat. Good to see so many of you. Dark Sun G here. I'm going to get to your super chat in a sec, but I do want to welcome and just say hello to a bunch of people. I have 24Z in here. Good to see you, 24Z. Zulu X is in the house. Ricky Nato. Scooter Reacts, you absolute legend. Good to see you in here. Steve Webb, always really do appreciate you tuning in, my man. Good to see Royale back. Exactly right. Vince Vega's in the house. Big up, Vince Vega. Hopefully you're keeping well. Mia W's in here. Andy Wen, as well as Matthew. Big Red Machine, the disabled team, our favorite Leeds fans. Big yourselves up. Drew Zilla's in the house as well. Big yourself up. Drew Zilla. Junior Richards in here. Shikari Shock. Hennessy's in here. Good to see you, Hennessy. Dark Sun G, absolute legend. King Hoddle. Good to see you, King Hoddle. Save Emerson. King Hoddle. He's back, baby. Dan Coys is in the house. Good to see you, Dan Coys. Chairman's in here, too. Kerry King. Good to see you, Kerry King. As well as Dave Janola. Derek Smith. And then if I missed somebody, Mark New, of course, Mark New. Good to see you, Mark New. And then Ozzy, you absolute legends. If I missed anybody, I do apologize. Maybe Echo, and then Tenor Pool. But I tried my best there, everybody. Good to see you all in here. If you could for me, smash that like button. Keep getting your comments in. And then if you want to stop at any stage during the game, throw in a super chat as well. But everybody, Emerson is back.
I love that. And we'll get to Dark Song G super chat just quickly. Dark Song G, brother, it's great to see you. Hopefully you have been keeping well. And hopefully you're not too downhearted after that Liverpool loss last week. I know your outlad's a Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
But genuinely, hopefully you've been keeping well, Dark Song G.
Big up, my man. He says, we dropped off once we lost Royale. Come on, you Spurs. We will win. A lot of people talked about, Sean, how we dropped off when Bentancur, of course, got the big injury. But would you say Royale was maybe an unspoken about sort of drop off as well? Maybe not as serious as the Bentancur one, or not as influential, but still influential.
No, very influential. I mean, it forced us into, it was more of a consequence of him at the same time as Davies, at the same time as Sessegnon, at the same time as our defensive options were ripped to ripped into 1,000 pieces. That left us with literally no options to play anything other than players that can't play wing backs defensively. I'm losing my train of thought here. It was Emerson. Losing Emerson was a massive hit because he offered a defensive option and we didn't have it on the left or the right at the time. So yeah, nightmare. Sorry guys,
that's all right. That's all right.
You're on the way, everybody out there. But just to add to Sean's point, I think that's something that even I'm guilty of not bringing up enough. To be fair, is the amount of injuries and the times we've had them. Even when we've wanted to rest players, we haven't been able to in forward areas and stuff like that because of injuries. At one stage we had a lot of injuries across the forward line. We've had a lot of injuries across the back line, a lot of injuries through the midfield as well. And I think that probably has been a part of what's hampered our season. Not the biggest factor, but it's definitely played its part, in my opinion. We got off to our best start in the Premier League ever. Okay, granted, we weren't playing the best, but we started getting injuries and stuff like that, and we had to start. So for me, it'll be interesting to see how we get on today now that some of these guys are back.
Big up, Dark Sun G, my man. And like I said, if you wanted to, like I said, I understand taking a big break from everything, but I did send you an email a while back, my friend. So just, if you ever want to have a catch up at some stage. Big up, Tyler is in here. 442 is nice to see you. Love a 442, Tyler.
Big up,
Emerson
Tyler.
Here already. Megan, a man. Romero.
Just getting comfortable on the ball, we are. It looks like a
it looks like a 4.
Yeah. 4-2-3-1. Harry Kane, look, he's deep in Richarlison as well.
MO.
Interesting.
I love it.
Yeah.
The person in the VR anyone who thinks this is a 4-2-3-1 is absolutely deluded. Well, now who's deluded?
Oh, little.
No, it's a clear 4-2-3-1. Kane is dropping a lot deeper than Richarlison.
Helping out in midfield, I imagine. Kane as well.
Come on, Tottenham. I'm excited today. Let's get on the ball. Let's see what we're fucking made of. Let's get. Oh, sorry. Actually, Steve Webb, he said, question, can Sean get through one game without swearing? Look, I'm guilty of it just as much as anybody, and I've already broke my bad.
How do you? Oh, what a little turn there from Pedro. He's already in the prison.
Good ball. Richarlison, hold it up.
Richie.
Well done.
Oh, he goes for a spray.
It's Ben Davies. Whip it in. Put it back.
Oh.
Who's that? I'll say good defending.
Pedro's already put his man in the prison.
I sold him. Get the prison numbers at the ready. I can feel it today with Paro. We'll have to do a roll call soon.
True. King Otto 442 revolutionary.
Here we go. Pressure from the front. We like
I'm loving this pressure. Sam Johnston goes long here. Win that. Ben Davies. Harry, stay on side, Richie, man. Lazy.
And he's missed it as well. Good flick on by
Gotta get back on, Richie. Don't be lazy, man.
Miles offside, mate. Miles offside.
He's got to get back.
Skunkworks says, Sean, please swear.
I've already swore, so I've already ruined it.
Do I swear too much on your live streams? Do I? I'm sorry if I do.
I don't think so.
I'm the biggest
I haven't thought about it.
I'm the biggest culprit of it, so.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm next to Dave, so I've never thought about it, Sean.
I think, to be honest with you, I don't blame anyone for swearing this season. I mean, could have been, you know what I mean? The stuff we've had to endure.
Sometimes I like when I see that we've been clipped, and before I've seen what they've clipped, I'm like, oh God, please don't have been acting like a complete bozo. Like, you know, you just sit there and you go, oh, when I see Football Terrace and I see a picture of Jack or Dave or sometimes me or whatever in the thumbnail, and like the kind of fan reactions, or whatever, I'm like, oh, what did I do? What did I say? Please let it be Dave or Jack. Please let it be Dave or Jack.
Crystal Palace corner here. Get rid. Thank you, Forster.
See you go do that. Come on.
What a tree. Oh, he sent it back in.
All right. Oh, look at that. Who's that? Who was that?
Wow, that was Pedro. Coolest man in the building there. Look, he's making a run here. Find him, Memo. Find him. Making a turn. Testing the turning radius.
Salzburg. Gone out to Ben Davies. What can Davies do here on the ball? Good ball into Sonny.
Davies. Back to Longley. Longley going for a spray. Pedro's got to recover. Good job, Pedro.
Oh, Emerson. Untidy there. Picks it back up. Switches it all the way out to Langley.
No look pass. Across the back line. Madness. We're back to the no look passes.
Come on, get out the Poro. That's it, Skippy.
It's been a couple of months since it's seen a no look pass. It's unnecessary.
What's
Skippy thought he was playing that to Fraser.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going for.
He's got the headband. He's got the St. Maximin look.
Think he thinks he's going to Wimbledon. I know. Before anyone starts, I know he's got it because of the head injury.
It's funny.
Bjorn Becker. Bjorn Skippy.
Lazy 8 member for 20.
Goran Ivan is a skip.
Longley. Højbjerg.
What's the ball?
All in behind. Good try from Pierre. Win that.
Well done.
Get there.
Go on, Ben.
Well done, Ben. Good fight, Ben. Come on, sir.
Take that.
Good foul, Ben. I like it. Lazy 8 member for 22 months here as a fan show member says, last week my mom asked me who the chap going mental and swearing at Liverpool was. That should be your answer. That should answer your question, Johnny.
Oh, it was me, was it? Okay.
To be fair, I mean, he's actually...
But Jurgen Klopp annoys me so much.
Yeah.
He annoys me so much.
That's...
It's different. Jurgen Klopp, I hate him with his fucking fake Turkish teeth. I can't stand him.
Get rid?
I can't.
Well done, Romero.
If he came and joined Tottenham, I'd get behind him 100%. I'd love him at Tottenham, but because he's not at Tottenham, I hate him.
He's one of them, you know, if he's at your club, you adore him, and if he's not, you hate him, you know? It's a bit like what Jones.
100%.
And we didn't even give you any safe words for that game either with Klopp too, Sean, which was unfair of us. So I think
That's true. Exactly.
Steve Webb said he was only bantering. Looked like he started. And Drew Zila said we should play some Irish Hotspur bingo.
Get rid of Romero. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, that's it. Stay down there at the advertising boards.
Show him the monster energy.
Yeah, he's doing one of them lies across it, isn't he? Do you know the way? Yeah. Good defending. Doesn't give him an opportunity to get the cross in there. Look at that. Beautiful.
Swing and a miss. Show him the weight room.
Just Roy Hodgson's looking younger than when he first left Palace.
Yeah, I was going to say, he looks good after his time away.
Need to get in contact, see what the moisturizer he's on.
Shows what you do. You take time away from the job. Mo plays out Pedro. Ooh, nice little fancy touch from Mo. Switching it. He's showing some urgency. Love it, Mo. Long leg. What a switch. Pedro.
Let's go.
Oh, Pedro skinning him. Oh, love that. Nice, Sonny. Nice.
Good on, Sonny.
Pedro. Back into Sonny. Good turn, Sonny. Find. See.
Ben Davies.
Well done. Well played.
It's a good play.
Good penetration there. Good penetration there. Crystal Palace actually did well to close up shop at a second.
We made it through the first 8 minutes without conceding. Yeah. Positivity.
Progress, baby.
Now we're starting to play.
Mo switching it. He loves that switch to long leg.
Go on, Sonny. Well done. Sauceberg.
Ref!
Look at his first time passing. One touch passing. It's beautiful. Oh, Ben, don't do it. Don't do it, Ben.
Romero is in the middle of a back. Oh, who's that in the middle there? Who's chasing him? That's Ollie Skip. So Ollie Skip is taking on the 6 role.
Yeah, Ollie Skip is the one tasked of getting a bit further.
Hennessy says we're not 2-0 down yet. Practically a win, lads.
Definitely, lad. Definitely, Hennessy. Pick yourself up, my man.
That's hilarious.
Big up Ripsy. He says, I love how much our own fans are bantering us about not conceding. Can't blame us. It's true, my man.
Oh, lovely turn by Rich. Oh, outside the foot.
Oh, beautiful. Benji, get the right cross.
Back post. Oh, a little heavy for Harry. A little heavy. Oh, good job, Pedro. Win that MO. Show him the weight room, son. All over him. They're like wild animals.
Beautiful.
They're both playing right back at the same time.
Pedro and Porro and Emerson
get stuck in on each other.
On the PlayStation there for a minute. The two of them flying in. It's beautiful.
It's a royal Porro.
Mo switches it.
Oh, that's poor. At least
people have been asking for the two of them to merge. They don't mean literally play in the same bloody position.
It's like that.
I love that.
The Siamese twins. What are they called? That comedy film.
Get up. Win that. Oh, I love. I missed those headers from Emerson. I missed those.
Look at those headers.
Richie, you gotta be more aware.
That's shit touch from Rich. Come on, win it back, son. Chase it down, Rich.
Liverpool got today?
Don't know.
Brentford at home.
Yeah, they probably do.
Felix says, "Dare I say, we're actually trying to play football."
Yeah, we're trying. Yeah. Some of the first time passing has been nice to watch.
Mason ball.
Guehi, Anderson, 2 center back Spurs would love to have. Think that's Zaha.
I don't like Guehi. I'm not a fan of Guehi.
Yeah, he did make a bad mistake last time we played him. Mo, lovely little switch of the hips. Shakira.
Richarlison gets absolutely no free kicks.
Yeah, he's developed a bad rep.
Yeah. Who was that?
Here's the point, right? I was
sir.
Henry and get out of the way, ref. I was talking to Henry and Saba, and they were like, yeah. I was like, let's talk about the Mo team. And they basically said that they wanted Guehi, Anderson, Eze, Elise, and Zaha. And I was like, you want half the Crystal Palace team to come into Tottenham, and that's going to make us better. And they think it did. And I don't necessarily disagree with them, right? But like Crystal Palace are what, 12th in the league, 13th in the league?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've conceded 13 fewer goals or something than we have, to be fair to be fair to them. Also, Sean, just quickly, did you not see Poro and Emerson just lift each other up there? It was epic. They just gave a
Yeah,
big,
I did see it,
slap to each other. I think they are trying to
Lovely.
merge.
Lovely. Yeah,
Fine.
nice.
Well
If
done.
you sit on my shoulders, then we're good.
Oh, Forrest on with the drop kick. Beautiful out
Oh,
there.
look at that for a
that.
distribution.
Poro and
What's
Richie
that?
not on the same page. Love that from Fraser.
Drop kick. Side volley. Beautiful.
Poro
Poro's only
enjoying
finding
himself.
his range, though. We know this with Poro. First few touches or crosses or passing, bit undercooked. Then he starts finding that range.
He's got to
Turns
make a
up
few walks around the yard, Dave. It's just how it is as the warden. He's got to, assess, what's around him, and he's got to make a few
Get his
strolls.
flashlight out, see what's going on.
Come on,
Yeah.
Hoiberg.
Poro win it. Or
come on,
Hoiberg, man.
Pierre.
Oh,
Yes,
go on,
Sonny.
Sonny, get in there.
Okay.
Get pressure on this ball.
Ward here. Out to Elise. He goes for a big spray out wide to Zaha.
You'll see more of that in behind Pedro Poro's head, I think.
Tyreek Mitchell. Ammo doesn't get the cross blocked.
It's all right. Good defending.
Well done, Pedro. Pedro looks a lot more comfortable having Emerson next to him like that.
We just got to find something. We just got to find a bit more on the ball.
And he's willing to work hard out there, Pedro, I think, as well. Well done,
Look,
Romero. Well done, son. Hoiberg, time. Time as well, Davies. Time as well, man. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
All right, chill out, lads. Back to
So
Fraser.
slow.
Find him. Find him, Fraser. Ping it up to Rich.
Everything needs to be moved quicker. As soon as you switch to play, you got to go and attack down that side. Because Palace are blocking up the middle and moving left to right. And we're finding it very hard to play through. As soon as it gets out to one of the wing backs or the full backs, they got to fucking get on the ball and move it.
Skippy. Sir. He gets picked there. In behind. Get there, Longley. Thank you. Come on, Skippy, man.
Come on, Longers.
Well done, Longley. Good tackle. What happens here? Skip. He just doesn't know. Like, he never knows that there's a man on sometimes.
He's terrible on the ball, isn't he? He's terrible.
Just doesn't have that awareness. Or I swear, it's like people, they must be telling him man on. Like, they must be telling him. He just
He's
doesn't.
not good enough on the ball. I've been saying it for weeks. It's a big flaw. He needs to improve it. He needs to learn it. It's got to be in the Premier League. One touch, bang, You even see it with Richarlison at the time. A lot of he wants too long on the ball as well. You got to realize the Premier League you're in.
Elise crosses it in. Back post. Get rid.
Well done.
Ooh, fucking hell. Now break faster. Move. Run. There's still 8 of you in the box. There's still 8 of you in the fucking box. Get out.
Oh, bro, just give it to him. That's it.
Move
it, Davies. Davies, look down the left-hand side. He hasn't even looked. He hasn't even looked ahead of him. Swivel your head.
To break.
Kane is saying something to him. Kane is saying something to him as well. He was chatting to him for a while there.
Because Davies' first instinct is just to look backwards and pass it inside. You have all that space. At least open your body and make it look like you're going to pass one way. Palace players knew he was going to pass inside and they could get pressure.
Longley.
Open your body at least.
Longley is so good at breaking the lines.
Go on, Sonny.
Yeah,
well done, Sonny. What a run.
He's just slow. If you could add like booster boots on him.
I think if you had a good left back,
he takes risks that we actually need to be taking more on the ball. That's just the thing. It's just so many people are so reluctant to take a risk like that. Wakey, says Mr. Chase.
Yeah, it is wakey.
I haven't used that yet. Exactly, wakey. I should have been saying wakey, but I feel a little bit like I feel like I've got the collar on today. I'm not sure if I feel like Bugsy when Bugsy's got the lead been put on because she's been naughty. I feel like if I'm swearing too much, I'm not going to be screaming so much today. I'm going to try and keep it as best I can until we can see.
This is Pedro's prison,
then
Sean.
all the boots come off.
I don't know why.
Yeah, take the shackles off, Sean. This is Pedro's prison, man.
I'm just feeling calm today. I don't have any stress, any worries. I think we're good. Yeah, we're going to do all right. Ben Davies worries me a little bit on the ball. He needs to speed.
Mate, I've had a big bet on more than 3 goals.
Whipping it in. Oh, at the bar!
Oh.
Pedro! Oh! Who won it? Sonny, clean up, man.
Oh, I didn't
Jesus,
realize.
Sonny.
I didn't even
Yeah, I
see
didn't
that.
realize he was there. He must have got a shout from Skippy.
He's taking a page out of Emo's book, scaring the shit out of us.
What happened? What happened there? Who headed the ball?
I don't know. We need a replay. I just seen the ball being fizzed in.
Went like blurry. It went like blurry in that moment for me.
I'm watching this on like 320p.
Yeah, Sean,
Oh,
my
so
picture went like blurry on the header. Went like blurry on the header.
1996. Yeah.
Who won it? Everybody, who won that header?
Like I'm back on Napster.
It was a great cross from Pedro. It was a great cross. Romero into Højbjerg. Back to Romero here.
I need some goals here, Kane.
Long
I need
way.
some fucking goals. Everyone was
Davies.
predicting goals. No doubt I'm going to lose.
Højbjerg slips. Tries to play Sonny in behind.
The game will open up.
Richie pressing all the way to the keeper here.
It was number 30. It was Longley. It was Longley's header.
Win this.
It was Longley with the header.
He's probably been our he's been our most dangerous from set pieces this season too. Longley has been our most dangerous.
Moondog had Longley to score first, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did actually.
Oh, well done, Romero.
Well done.
Well done, son.
Just so
Moondog, mate, you're 3 inches away, woodwork away from picking up your points.
You probably can't hear you, Sean. He probably smashed his TVs on the way out to get a new one. Or else he just has 2 people roll in the next one.
I would say too, Sean and Dave, that I feel like Longley, for all the people that have like contributed to our set piece goals, I feel like Longley has played a part a lot of times.
Yeah,
If I'm not mistaken. He's
Yeah,
always
yeah,
either been the guy that flicked it on to someone else, or the guy that's even like practically been, the one that's been the most dangerous from set pieces for us too.
Yeah.
For me, I like Longley.
He scored important goals. He scored at Bournemouth, didn't he?
Bad touch from Skippy there.
I think that was Kane, was it? Or was it
Oh yeah, it was Harry. Well
one
Snap
back
it out.
Let's
go. There's 5 of you. There's 5 of you all within
Stop
5
standing
feet
around
of
each other.
Move!
Get on the ball and move it.
You're all standing next to each other.
Skip out to Davies. He's going to go backwards.
Oh, nice.
And the Sonny here.
Sonny.
That'll do. Now get up and join him, Højbjerg. Get up and join him.
They're too close.
Højbjerg, help out Romero, man.
Look at you. You're so close to each other.
You need to spread out a bit more. Emo, come on, Emerson. Give it early. We got to start playing these balls quicker. I know we're trying to draw Palace out and onto us, but...
Nice, Rich. There you go, Harry.
Apollo,
Good try. Well done, Richie. Oh, come on, man. Well done,
man.
Pedro. No, sir. Sir.
It's a simple fucking layoff.
So bad, Richie. Your fucking first touch, mate. It's so bad.
It's a simple
I'm
layoff.
I'm not banging anything today. I've got a no banging policy. For fuck's sake.
There's no more of them desks left for B&Q. Tell the truth, Sean.
No, they're sold out, mate. They're sold out.
Oh, I was so close.
I go through. It was Longley, Moondog. You could have had how much? You must have got. It was 11-1. He got, didn't he?
11-1.
Yeah, so you had a 5 on him, so he would have had 55 nicker.
Jesus, that would have been nice.
They pay for a decent curry, a large. You get a large korma this evening with that.
Yeah.
The spiciest korma you could find.
Come on, Sonny, you can jump for that.
We just need to be braver on the ball. We need to be quicker on the ball.
I need a goal. I got a lot of money on a high scoring game. I need a goal.
There'll be goals in this game for sure, Shawnee. 100% there will be. It's just a matter of who's going to crack first and what way they're going to go.
To be honest, it feels very. What's going on? What was Anderson doing there? It feels very like
both teams are
in the middle third.
They're trying to suss out what Ryan Mason...
It's a bit cagey. It's a bit cagey, I would say.
It is cagey, yeah.
They're trying to suss out what Ryan Mason's game plan and tactics are, and we're trying to draw Palace out because they're blocking up the middle.
Oh, and behind!
He's off. Come on, Tottenham. Give us all something to get behind. Romero's organised.
I only need 3 goals. I thought I needed 4 goals. I only need 3. 2.5 goals is what I need.
The goals come once one opens the door, the other team will have to come out a bit more, and that's where you'll see more.
Nice,
goals.
Pedro. Great pass, man.
Yeah, you're right.
What I would say, Sean, is you do need that goal to come early.
Well done, Romero. Find Richie. Get in there, Rich.
What?
That's all right. All right. It was a good pass that Pedro made when under pressure, actually.
Look, I don't mind that. You got to stretch them at times. You can't keep playing everything across the front of them, you know? You got to ask different questions. You got to start pulling them in behind, come short, etc. That's how you create the space.
22 minutes in, and we haven't scored, and we haven't conceded, lads.
I know, I can't believe it.
That's nearly a victory as well.
Bournemouth won, Chelsea won,
You look so
Man
much
City won, Leeds 0.
No way, is it? Oh, City winning, come on.
City
Ooh,
winning. Bournemouth have just equalised against Chelsea.
Fucking hell. Chelsea
And it's
got that.
1-0 at Wolves against Aston Villa, which is interesting. If we win and Villa lose, and if Brentford can do us a favour at Liverpool tonight, then it opens back up again a little bit.
Oh, what is that, Skip? For fuck's sake. Like, give the guy a chance, man.
Oh, the screen's starting to jump. The stream is... I think I'm on 180p right now.
Oh, well done.
Skippy.
Well
Let's go. Well done, Romero.
Sonny.
Oh, Porro.
Oh,
Come on.
it's all right. Højbjerg's got it. Spray it. Don't say it. Well done, Salzburg.
Nice. Make that run. Oh, he's in here. Pierre.
That's better. Well done, Tottenham. That's much better.
Good run, Pierre. Great run, man.
That's much better.
Love to see that, Pierre.
See what happens when Skip or Højbjerg are willing to fucking break the line.
Yeah.
So much better across that back line, though. So much more assured. In possession and out of possession. It's been good. But I stress, it's only 23 minutes. I won't get ahead of myself. Oh, from the other angle, it looked like it went over. That one, he's got about 30 yards wide.
Yeah, it wasn't that close. It wasn't that tight. No.
I like his tattoos on his arm, though.
Look at that six-pack he's got.
It's not right. It's not fair. He puts me.
I used to have one of those, boys. I promise you.
Used to have a Pierre.
Oh, well, I used to have some muscles down there. Yeah.
I've got a six
Back
pack.
when I was in Thailand.
Got a six-pack.
When I was in Thailand, and I did 6 months of Thai boxing, and I got beaten up by local Thai lads that were a third of my weight. They
sounds like what Højbjerg needs this summer.
Go on, Richie.
It's the best experience of my life. I've never been as fit, and yeah, I didn't have quite as deep big muscles, but I definitely had a sixer.
There's something to be said for that fighting training, though. I'd done boxing when I was younger, lad, and I had a six-pack. I honestly, I thought I was fit doing
That shape of your life,
Gaelic, you know, I thought I was fit doing soccer, Gaelic, basketball, etc. You know, but when I went to boxing, different level of fitness. That fighting fitness is
different level.
Yeah,
it's insane. I've never felt as like energetic, and it was almost a high in and of itself, you know. Like just waking up and just feeling like
nice, Ben.
Like you're supposed how you're supposed to feel. I guess.
Hey, nice, Højbjerg. Come on, Sonny man.
Let's go.
Let's build something. He's looking for someone. There's no one moving.
Yeah, nobody there actually.
No one's willing to even move. Come on, the fuck. They're all static in their shape.
Play him. Play Sonny in. Nice, Sonny. Good turn, man.
Turn and run.
His good field awareness today, Sonny.
Oh, for fuck, he's fucking.
Ben's been the worst on the ball today. He's been the worst on the ball.
Crap on the ball. It's absolute shit. He's useless on the ball. Just pass it.
He's been the worst on the ball for sure. I would say Ben Davies.
See, this is an insight into like if we do improve the back line, that then makes Ben Davies not good enough because he's shit on the ball. But baby steps, I suppose.
No, but Ben Davies is not. Ben Davies is definitely someone. He's the least of all of the defenders, and the fact that he's
vanilla, and we need vanilla right now. I think.
Yeah. He can play. He can play left side of centre back. He can play left back, or he can play left wing back. You definitely keep him 100%.
I think he stays for sure. I think he stays
100%. You don't.
Nice skip.
You want to have players.
He's fucking
him and Udoji. I'd be okay with him, Udoji, and Reguilon next season being our left-sided options.
Skip shit on the ball as well. He's just useless. Come on, man. Some simple passes and they're undercooked. What are you shaking your head for? You gave away the ball when we were in possession in the first place. And you pulled out.
Oh, it's twice, Skip. It's twice, mate.
Gives away the ball and pulls out.
Yeah, I don't even know if that was Emma's foul. That was Skip's foul as well. Bit poor, man.
I want to see more movement. Like the core of the system is good. It's working, right? But we need to see more movement in possession.
Oh, dangerous.
I have a bad feeling about this one.
Jesus, those two
Elisa.
wizards standing over the ball was intimidating.
And they both look like they're fancy as well. That's the
Yeah, I
problem.
mean, they're both great players as well.
Where is that? Is Zaha? Zaha's not on the pitch, is he?
Yeah, they must fancy the free kick more. As off the wall. Well done.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Where is he?
No, it's not. It's not. Is
He's
it?
on.
It's
He's in Emerson's pocket.
Is Zaha on the pitch? Is he?
Yeah, he's on the left-hand side.
Oh.
Don't want to speak too soon here, Elisa.
All right, it's all right. It's all right. Let's calm it.
It was a good hit.
I'm so relaxed with the back line today. Like,
Yeah,
even
I
the
was just gonna
shots-
say,
even
Dave.
that shot
Did
we
the
gave up-
missus give you like a tranquilizer or something like before?
I won't reveal her secrets, Jack. She won't be best pleased.
Romero gets pulled all out of position though. Romero's on the left-hand side, all over the place. What are you doing there, Romero?
Even Emerson's
No
over
man's
that
land.
far. Everyone's
Yeah,
over.
Emerson tucks all the way over too.
Kane on the ball.
Let's
Get
go.
out.
Let's go. One more to Porro.
Ah, Harry,
Oh,
play between the
Harry!
lines, man. Play between the lines. It's too late.
He's frustrating as fuck.
Play it through the lines. You know how to do
That's
that,
it,
Harry.
Richie.
I don't need to.
That's it. Go on, Sonny. Go. You should have gone 10 minutes ago. Oh, it's too easy. You gotta
They're
press
out.
that early.
Everyone's predicting this game to be a high-scoring game. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 0-0.
You just wait for it to crack.
Very
You just
cagey.
wait for it to crack open. Whoever scores first will go on and dominate this game.
I think it's a 4-4-2 King
Romero.
Huddle. If you were
Well
looking,
done,
it's a
Romero.
4-4-2 or 4-2-3-1, really. With Kane dropping deep.
I want to go and find all those people that were saying you're deluded for thinking it's a back four. It was always on the cards, wasn't it, Dave? It was always on the cards. Mate.
Yeah,
There
it
were so
was.
many people in the comments going, "It's already decided. It's been acknowledged. It's a back five."
Bad
It's a back
giveaway from
three."
Romero. Really
Nah.
bad giveaway.
All right, Fraser's got it. Won't win that.
I
No,
love
look,
that
there's
shot.
always a possibility for it to happen today with the back four. Always.
Yeah. All the people in the mud. A muddy three.
Romero.
Muddy
across
three.
the-
Stick with your muddy three.
You stick with your muddy three. I'll be in my clear cut four. Thank you very much. Let's go. Richarlison, no.
It's a whole lot of huffing and puffing with nothing.
Yeah, Chris Palace have had a good spell of possession here.
Defensively, they're just cleaning up everything. So are we as well, but like we need to be creating more.
Nice,
like-
Sonny.
Well done.
Turn man.
Well,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, sir.
Oh, what one ref?
Skippy
He's
here.
crazy. What does he want? Free
Romero.
ride.
Push.
Now
Find
move
Pedro.
into space, Ollie. Ollie,
Pedro.
move into space for him, mate. You've
Yeah, I
given
was
him the ball. Now move. You give it and then you
shaky
just
touch.
dribble like you just jog on like, oh, there you go. That's my job done.
Got
I'll
Pedro
pass
there,
it
man.
back. Pass it back. He's the new Harry
not-
Winks.
Sonny.
Sonny,
Oh,
oh.
lovely.
Yes.
Lovely.
Yes. Substruction.
That was
Oh,
predictable.
good try.
Salzburg. Well done. That'll do. And he's done enough there. Romero.
I'm liking
come on.
Sonny thus far. Sonny's very proactive with the ball. He has good awareness
I
as
like-
well.
Do you know what it is, Jack?
He has
just
good
getting on the
awareness
ball,
of
he's
anybody
turning
that's
and he
around
wants to
him.
go. He wants to go with it. He wants to get at them. That's what we want.
Look at Højbjerg. Højbjerg's playing as right side centre back there. It's interesting.
See Davies.
Sonny
Sonny.
draws two out to him. Skip.
It's interesting. Look how deep Højbjerg is. Look, yeah, fucking hell. What is? I don't understand the format. The player instructions are very odd. We had
Maybe
the ball
maybe
there
Skip and
Højbjerg was
Højbjerg are
sitting
more there
back.
to keep the shape of the 4-4-2 or the
Oh.
midfield in some way. Maybe they have to be
Sonny.
very disciplined. Sonny gets a
Yeah.
corner.
God.
Well done, Sonny.
Come on, Langley.
Long
Let
way.
me
Here you
have
go,
a
Moon Boots. Moon Doggy. Not Moon Boots. Come on, Moon Doggies. You're fucking 55 quid, my man. Let's do it, bro. Let's do it.
Come on, Langley. Let's have it.
Porro Longley goal contribution duo.
Come on.
Come on, Pedro. Whip it in, son.
Good ball. Look, Langley's hungry.
It's a good
Back
ball.
post.
Oh!
Who was it?
Oh,
Romero.
Romero.
God,
Another
Pedro's
corner
just
kick.
serving up these gorgeous. Look at it. It's on the money again. It's just right to your doorstep.
Oh,
DHL style.
Romero.
Him and Richarlison sort of got in each other's way there.
Here we go. Second time lucky.
Come on, Pedro.
That's another dime. No, maybe not as great. Over exaggerated. Skip, he's got the. Oh my lord.
Yeah, he's taking a year. Well done.
Well,
Good ball, though.
oh,
Good touch,
Oh,
Pedro.
lovely.
Great touch.
You can't pass it 5 yards. You can pass it 55 yards. Ah, Sonny. Okay. Oh,
gets a corner. Corner.
Corner.
All right.
Let's go.
30 minutes clean sheet. 30 minutes of clean sheets.
Come on, Tottenham.
Yeah, we should definitely have a round of applause for half an hour of no embarrassments.
It's a relief.
Progress comes in many shapes and sizes.
Regardless whether it's been a back 3 or back 5 or back 4, I'm not going to argue whatever it is, but we cannot deny we look so much comfortable out of possession and in possession without certain individuals. Get it down, Salzburg. Deliver.
Pierre, bad spray. Oh, they're in behind here. Get there. Skip. You maybe could have won that. Just waiting for support from Sonny. Zaha gets Skip and Sonny. Shit across the box.
Don't give it away.
It's clear.
All right, just get rid of it. That'll do. Ollie Skip didn't know what to do there, whether to go and attack him or not.
Kane could have done better. He could see that pass was dropping short. He could have tried to go towards it.
Ollie Skip and Sonny is the back two. Fucking hell. They do well enough. They do good enough.
It's that Poro Romero.
Romero smashed it away. Just fucking smash it away. Don't fuck around with it. We fuck around with it too much and give away silly goals.
Oh,
Ryan Mason in his little hoodie.
I know.
Standing in the rain.
He's rocking a new one.
He looks like he looks like he's at Bristol University in the first team play football on a Thursday afternoon, like with his mates on the pitch. He looks so young, it's ridiculous. He doesn't even look 31. Like that's the problem. Like he looks like he's about 23.
Long way. Romero. Get out to Pedro.
Did I tell you boys I was thinking about starting a have you seen that hashtag United football channel?
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing one with Tottenham channels and getting getting a Tottenham community football club. There's a pitch available down the road from me. Go and set up, go and get all the cameras and
get some free flowing football again.
It'd be so much fun to get to put it out there and get
Sonny, turn Harry, find Pedro, whip it in, Page. Top of the box.
Oh, it's a good ball. It's a good ball. Unlucky Pedro. Unlucky Pedro. Unlucky Pedro. That was a good ball.
That's a
nice little dink from Romero. What a nice pass. Great touch from Sonny. Sonny's first touch today has been fucking dead on, I must be honest.
Yeah, he's had a good start to the game.
Compared to Richie, if you compare his first touch to Richie today, his has just been on a fucking...
Kane needs to get himself into the game. Even that pass
he's been a bit quiet.
Hit there for Poro. He could have put a bit more on it.
Yeah, he's been a bit quiet.
Wait, that. Come on, Ben.
When that? Oh!
That was stupid by Ben Davies.
What is he doing? He's just fucking lumping it upfield. You're already almost in the midfield third, mate. You don't need to do that.
Well done. Win this. Come on, Skip. Well done, Romero. Do it for him.
Oh, ref.
Oh, referee!
He's done him. No, I think Richarlison's playing.
He's not even given a free kick.
Oh, look at Pedro. Love it.
Oh, you give that one, though, you fucking arsehole.
Oh, Zaha.
Pedro. Exactly right. You tell him the rules of the prison, man. You got to see. You just saw a crime over there, Pedro. You got to remind him of the crime that he...
Richarlison's again, please.
Pedro's, okay. Cellmate number 3, okay.
Yeah, the referee's afraid to book him. He doesn't want to be locked up.
Love that, Pedro. You fucking show him the prison, man.
I'll see you in the showers.
This is your world, Pedro. We're all your prisoners.
Yeah, it's your yard, Pedro. I'm just a prisoner in it, man. That's all it is.
Even the referee.
Charlison needs to watch the run of Joaquin Anderson.
Oh, back post, Rip! He wins it. Well done, Emo.
He's got to be tuned into that. I could see that.
Richie's got to be better there.
Going for it again.
Back post. Rich, win it, man.
No! Oh, it's gone over. How is
Richie, win it.
That's twice. Richie's got to do better there.
Man up, bro.
How is he not seeing that? He's just completely left him. He's not even aware of it. Look. Oh, my God. I suppose he's a striker at the end. He's not a defender, but he's got to
Him
be
and
better.
Ben Davies were just a bit switched off from him. It's like they both thought he was going to take him.
Yeah.
Come on, Tottenham! There's still things to play for. There's still things to play for. Let's go!
The midfield's not good enough on the ball. It's a joke. There's no. It's anytime the ball comes into him, it's just going straight back. No one's getting on the ball and turning it into lines.
Ollie skip off at halftime. Not that he's like. There's nothing disastrous happening here, but I want to win this game, and I need goals. And for me, I want Emerson.
And he struggled against Palace in the last game. We can't forget that. You know, he struggled against Palace at Selhurst. Sarr came on and was good. Oh, come on. Romero. Palace. They're just not moving out whatsoever. Fair play to Palace as well. They're not being drawn out.
Shape.
Oh, come on, Højbjerg. Jesus.
Come on, Højbjerg.
Like a classic Hodgson team.
Shit on the ball.
It's a classic Hodgson team. Feels like just very defensively sound right now.
Oh, dear. I think he was hoping for Dyer to play today, Hodgson. Emerson.
Yeah, he didn't.
Mo.
Emerson, look at the space. Start driving into some of it.
You've got to play it forward.
Oh, yes, Sonny!
What is this? Come on, Sonny!
Sir!
Sir!
Oh, my Lord, sir!
You're a fucking long!
Oh, I thought Sonny was going to hit it first time, actually. Probably could have hit it first time.
Anyway.
He's bodied him.
Offside anyway, doesn't matter.
Fuck him. He bodied him. Jesus. Do you know what? Look, baby steps. At least we're solid at the back. You know, at least we're in the game. Now we just need to.
This is a lot better. At the end of the day, it's a lot better. But it's at home still. We need to get a goal here. Let's get a goal before the half.
Yeah.
Decore is very disciplined.
Yes.
Very, very disciplined player. I like him.
Win that. Jesus, oh my Lord. It's a simple passing.
Pierre, bro. Oh my Lord. Get past Skippy as well. Jeez.
But what a shit giveaway from Davies, though. That's awful.
Oh no. Thank you, Romero.
Oh no.
Oh, clearance gets
Davies,
deflected.
push out there. Get out there quicker. When his back is to play, don't let him
Don't let the cross in, man.
I'm sorry, but Davies has to get out up behind him when his back is towards the goal. He lets him
Yeah,
turn.
bring Perisic on.
Jesus Christ. It's the basics. You do not let him turn and run at you. That's where the danger is.
I thought he was going to hit that first time.
He does get shoved over, doesn't he? He gets absolutely shoved over.
That's a foul. I mean, that is just a foul.
Outside the nightclub.
It's also what's Sonny stops all his momentum. So it's not even like Sonny clatters into him. Like he clatters into Sonny.
It's an assault. 100%.
Oh.
I would accept that if Sonny was the one who ran into him. Romero.
We need a better pass with the ball in the midfield.
It's so basic.
Mo. He's looking. Sprays it to Longley. He likes that little switch field.
This is what we were speaking
a low Celso right now would be
but this is what me and Jack were speaking about the other day, Shawnee. It's like once you fix the defensive issues, right, you go back to the issues we had under Conte against Brighton and Brentford, where you need that one player to be able to pick the passes, unlock the door, split.
There you go, Pedro.
Well, it's just about fucking get the defense.
Come on, Page.
It's just a building process, unfortunately.
Yeah. Baby steps. Højbjerg, man.
He goes backwards. Fuck me.
Oh, come on.
How are we going backwards when we were over there?
You're not even under any pressure. That's what's even more
But we broke the lines there. We were in the final third. There you go, Romero. Come on, Kane. Make that run. There you go, Rich.
Son's there.
In the box.
Top of the box.
No one there. It's a terrible fucking cross, but there's no one there anyway.
Here you go, Harry.
For fuck's sake.
Now Davies getting
All right,
tired.
deep in their half now. Come on.
Nothing today.
Yeah,
Come on, Harry, wake the fuck up, mate. We need you, bro. We need you. You know we need you. Can you wake the fuck up, please? And
just get it out wide. Why you don't need to put your hand up, apologise, and just move it.
There you go, Pierre. Oh, lovely. Back post. Oh, he could have had a hit.
He wins it again. Penalty.
Oh, you give him a fucking free kick. Fuck off, ref.
If Højbjerg gets the first touch, that's got to be a penalty. Let's have a look.
He doesn't get the first touch. He doesn't.
Yeah, he's not making any case for
You're
it.
giving away a free kick for that.
Nothing wrong with at least he bought that. Referee's 50 quid richer. Get siren there.
When was the last game that Tottenham? When was the last time Tottenham got into half time at 0-0?
I know, yeah, it's madness. It could be the fact we could be sitting here at half time speaking about, you know, we haven't conceded. It's madness. When was the last time, Shawnee? Like probably last season.
I can't remember a time in 0-0 at half time. Either Tottenham always scored or we usually go behind. You're right, yeah. And it happens to be the one fucking game where I put 100 quid on goals.
But there's still time.
Emo wins the header.
I need goals.
Pedro, no. Good job, Emo.
You done well to get back there after
Goal kick as well. Well done, Emo.
You done really well to get back there, Emerson. That's the desire for you. That's what we want. People that want to defend.
Pierre sprays it wide to Pedro. Fuck's sake. Skip and Pierre. Take them both off.
There's shit on the board. It's not being progressive.
Emo has made more fucking switches than these two have. Like, why is Emerson more capable of switching field than these guys? It's actually sad.
No way, ref. Don't blow that. Well done.
Romero. Oh, it's not a bad ball.
Hello, Sonny.
It's a left-footed attempt by Romero there. Kane.
Come on,
Harry. You're being a bit
Harry.
lazy now, Harry. You're being a bit lazy,
What's going
man.
on,
Very lazy. He's been very lazy.
Come on, Emma. Well done. Love that.
That's it. Aggression.
Oh, yeah, sir. That's excellent housery there.
He's just backhanded. I have to say, it is nice to actually feel calm doing a watch along.
It's just when you're not conceding goals at a fucking 10-minute rate.
Yeah. Conceding goals quicker than...
Come on.
I won't even finish that. Emerson.
See, poor old man. Please stop ignoring Pedro.
We're playing for a fucking draw. What is this, bollocks? What is this? Come on.
Ben Davies.
There you are.
Kane.
Okay, Pedro.
Beautiful play. The Porinator clips it back.
Harry! Yeah! Harry Kane, baby! Get in there! Quiet as a... He was quiet all game, and he gets the header. Pedro Porro with the delivery. You love it, DHL style. Nodding it in, Harry Kane.
Absolutely love it. What a finish by Harry Kane. First of all, what a ball out wide. What control and ball out wide.
I criticised it. I didn't think there was someone on the outside.
Well, he hasn't done anything all game, Harry, and then he does that. That is class. That is class. He's been quiet all game, and he does that. That is pure class.
I'm also starting my own new country. If people want to become a part of Poro Nation, let me know.
Gorgeous here. Gorgeous run from Pedro. He finds his man. He sees Harry. He's lurking at the back point. Get in there.
I'm sorry. Can we talk about how good Poro's crossing has been since he's arrived? Every single one of them is nearly on the money. It's unbelievable.
His crossing is amazing.
Poro
His
Nation.
crossing is absolutely amazing. This is what I want to... We were speaking about playing Porro up the pitch. Take away the defensive responsibilities a little bit. He's still got to do his job, but not necessarily in a right wing back. Does that same thing happen if you give the ball to Decky? I don't think so. I don't
I
think
believe
he
Harry
does. If
Kane's broken a
Becky's out
record.
there,
Has he broken a record of some kind, maybe with this one, or was there like a
probably he breaks records. How many records he breaks?
breaks him for fun? But Pedro Porro, oh, gorgeous cross, exactly what we needed. Needed that goal before the half, exactly like I said, lads, exactly where we needed to be.
Do you know what, Jack? I think someone was playing Porro's song. Tonight there's gonna be a jailbreak somewhere in this town. Come on, let's have it.
Money will score with Porro. Where's your $1 that with Porro? Someone will score. It's Porro. It's Porro. I love Pedro Porro. He's only a goal away.
Jack, you can sing Footloose if you want that.
And they love my singing voice, Dave. You know they do. Lads, in all seriousness, though, a very cagey match, I kind of thought. I did feel like it was sort of, two teams sort of feeling each other out. I feel like Crystal Palace had a very good defensive shape that we were finding hard to break down. I wasn't exactly, couldn't really put a real name to the shape that they had, but they were kind of just making it tough for us to break through the middle. I think Skip and Højbjerg have not really been too inspiring on the ball whatsoever. Maybe more of the creativity has come from, I would say, actually the center backs. And this is funny. Like Romero has made some nice passes to break the lines. Longley always, you can guarantee him to take risks and be able to switch play and, progress the ball. I think Pedro Porro, as we know, is just sort of that danger man out wide, because I think with Emerson, maybe they're a bit more for defensive reasons. Pedro Porro is able to keep that width, and he has to keep that guy. I think Mitchell out there, he has to keep him honest, and he has to sort of test him, more than maybe Emerson would. So I'm actually kind of liking the shape. I think it is basically a 4-4-2, maybe with Kane sort of dropping deep by the looks of things. That's how I'm sort of reading it. I think Sonny's actually been very good on the ball. He's had great first touches. He's been very proactive. Ben Davies, maybe one of the more kind of, guys that's a bit off it right now. And then maybe Skip and Højbjerg, I would say as well, have been a bit off it too. But I don't know, very cagey match, but we got that goal that we absolutely needed. And this is a huge improvement. This still is a huge improvement.
It's a massive improvement. First of all, people out there, I mean, there's so many talking points to be discussed this half time. What do you want us to discuss? Let us know. Put it in a super chat. We will answer it. So much positives. But look, Jack, I've been banging on about this backline for some time. And hopefully people understand why now, especially Eric Moonhead Dyer. Look at the difference with him being out of the team, in possession and out of possession. Largely untroubled. In possession, we haven't really been we're not being pressed across that back line because we can handle that football. The only thing I would say is the midfielders, they need to do better, Højbjerg and Skip. Anytime they get the ball, it's just backwards, sideways. At times they've had time to turn, spray it out wide, make the pitch big. You've got Porro hugging one touchline. He's on it that much, he's about to get down and snort it. You've got Ben Davies on the other side. You know what I mean? They're just keeping the width. So then midfielders, then they need to get turned on the ball and start progressing it. Let's get at Palace today. Let's go for 3, 4, 5-0. Us fans deserve it. None of this passive shit. We've seen we can trust that back line now. Let's get some more confidence in these midfielders and let's start pushing that ball forward into areas and let's go and absolutely smack the Eagles. I'm up for this today.
I'm up for this as well. Game's certainly not over, but we got that goal, got that edge that we needed. Sean, I have a comment here from Sebas Wolf. He says he thinks it's a 4-4-2, but it maybe turns into more of a back five with Emerson as a right-sided center back and Porro as a right wing back when defending. What are your thoughts on the formation, Sean? And maybe the people that thought that, you may be predicting or thinking this would be a back four, in the mud now. What are your thoughts on the formation and the tactics?
There's been moments we've had the ball when Romero's been if Romero's playing on the right of a back four, he's often been found on the left-hand side of the center. And then you see Højbjerg or Skippy kind of dropping in. So I'm not entirely sure I'm still not entirely sure what it is when we have the ball or when we don't. I feel like I think it's probably on paper it's a 4-4-2, but I feel like there's lots of distortions to it, lots of individual responsibilities for one of either Skippy or Højbjerg to come in and drop in and act as a third centre back at times. When we have the ball to offer that outlet, Romero he's not just taking up the right side. He seems to be drifting across. It's very difficult. I'll be honest. I'm not I'm not intelligent enough, I don't think, to be able to figure out exactly what the instructions are. But I like the fact that it's unpredictable. I like the fact that we can't still, after 45 minutes, really put our finger on what it is. If we can't, I don't know how Crystal Palace can. And look, you know, I think the game's been a little bit. Generally, I think it's been, you know, a bit boring. If I'm honest, I like the fact that we haven't conceded. I like the fact we haven't really given away too many chances. I like the fact that of any of the big chances, there was ours at the end and there was ours with the head of it hit the crossbar. Apart from that, it's pretty stalematey kind of outcome. I think Palace will feel like they're probably hard done by to go in at half time 1-0 down. I think Crystal Palace has set up very organised and disciplined, and I think we've been pretty good as well. But it hasn't been the best game, hasn't been the most exciting. But listen, like I say, you know, I'm happy
losing, right? You know, usually we're in a losing position.
No, of course, and let's hope that in the second half now we can turn on the boosters, and now we've got the lead as well. Crystal Palace will have to come out and throw caution to the wind a little bit. Although I don't know what Crystal Palace are really fighting for. So, you know, to me, it's like it's going to be, you know, it's been an okay first half. I'm with you, Dave. I feel like, you know, the midfielders have been frustrated. I think Ben Davies has frustrated me. Højbjerg and Skip have frustrated me. Everybody else has been pretty good doing their jobs. I thought Emerson's done well. I think Porro's been great with his crosses. Harry Kane, until that last moment, has looked a bit lazy. Been impressed with Sonny. With Richarlison, I don't know, still feel like his first touch and decision making is weak. But the standouts for me, I thought Sonny's been good. I thought Porro's been good. I thought Emerson's been good. Romero's done well, and Longlay's been good as well. They're the five and Foster. Yeah. Foster's been fine. So six of the 11 have been good. The other five, I think, are just like whatever. You know?
That's encouraging, though. What I will say, it gives up players an opportunity to grow into this game. If some of them players grow into this game, you know, and everyone sort of gets at it, this could be a really good second half for us. And for me, that's encouraging. I think there's a lot more to come from Richarlison, even Harry Kane. You know, he sort of already popped up right at the end. He'll probably get going early in the second half. Just on the formation, I think, being honest, I think we've been switching. I think at times it looks like we're playing the 3-4-3, and at other times it does look like we're playing a 4-3-2-1. We started off in a 4-3-2-1, but I think we ended in a 3-4-3. So, but look, with the players he's put out there, that gives us that flexibility. It keeps Palace guessing. It keeps Roy Hodgson guessing. I guess that's why Palace haven't been able to get any pressure on us, but they haven't even really been able to create too much either.
Sorry, that was the exterminator. He's making a call. Dark Sunji says, this is the Royale effect. We don't concede in the first 15 minutes. Dark Sunji, I said in the very beginning when you sent in that super chat about the likes of Emerson that, you know, there have been some changes personnel-wise. And while we maybe also want to attribute it perhaps to the formation change as well, let's be honest, a lot of it does have to do with personnel. And he's decided to leave out the likes of Sanchez. He's decided to leave out the likes of Eric Dyer. He's gone for Emerson. And you've also seen Ben Davies being kind of returned back to the lineup. Ben Davies actually hasn't made a return to, you know, in this sort of manner as well. I know he's not played his best game, but like I said, he's a bit more vanilla and he sort of offers maybe just a bit more defensive, maybe shape and at least competency than others do. He's been shocking on the ball, though, that being said. Emerson, though, again, this is just the story arc is showing when it comes to the fact that I think people do forget you can't have too many attackers in one team. You need to have guys that are willing to get stuck in, guys that are hungry to get stuck in, guys that also have defensive fundamentals and sort of principles down to a T. That's probably one of my favorite parts about Emerson, Dave, and Dark Sunji is that I actually think he's not even like, you know, the flashiest guy like Romero where he's throwing in sliding challenges all the time. He's actually really fundamental with how he sort of, you know, shows players to the outside. And even what were you guys saying? Like, is Zaha even playing this game? It's like because Emerson, again, is playing at right back, keeping him, under wraps. He's just so good at sort of taking players out of games, even if they skin past him. You've seen him, right? He does that good job of holding on to them without committing a yellow card as well. I just think there are a lot of tangibles to defending that people maybe have forgot about. We got very wrapped up, I feel like, with how wingbacks need to be good going forward, but they need to have some competency defending. And Emerson is showing that to us that, he is a useful player. He's a very useful player.
A lot of that argument arose, Jack, when we were getting over the line in games, when we were winning games, right? That's when we were looking at okay, what are these guys like on the ball? He went out injured and stuff like that, and then next thing we started conceding goals left, right, and centre. Not only did the left hand side an issue, but then the right hand side became an issue defensively as well. And you've seen that reflected in the amount of goals we conceded, how easy it was to get us and stuff like that. But this back line today, I want to see that rolled out, between now and the end of the season. I want Dyer off the bench. I want Darrington on the bench. And I also want to see Perisic this half, Jack. I want to see what he can offer.
Yeah.
Because, look, Ben Davies, I don't think he's had too much to do defensively. It's more on the ball where my problem is with the guy today, because we have a lot of the ball. So on the ball, I think he's sort of letting us down going forward. At times, he hasn't even opened his body up to look forward. He's just automatically gone to play inside. It's very easy to read. So I would like to see maybe Perisic being brought on at some stage in this half and see how good we actually look, going forward then with Perisic. And I would look to bring on Papa Matasara at a stage as well. But Emerson, he's provided that defensive solidity. Saha's, the only time you've seen him was when he won that free kick. Apart from that, you didn't even know he was playing. So
getting a bit ahead of myself here, Dave, but just, follow up just to, because Darkson G put this in, earlier before you guys came on. He said, the missing out on Bentancur, right? People talk about how much of a miss that is. I think we're seeing that today with, Højbjerg and Skip, with just what they can and can't do, right? We know Bentancur would offer us so much more. But do you feel like maybe Emerson didn't get enough sort of maybe mentions of, his absence and maybe how we've struggled in his absence? Do you feel like maybe that hasn't been brought up enough, or maybe we're kind of seeing, with his inclusion back in, we're seeing what we've been missing?
Yeah, 100%, Jack. 100%. I think that's the case, my man.
Yeah.
Look, look, the criticisms of Emerson on the ball is fair, but like you said, defense has been highlighted. I think for a point we sort of forgot about the importance of defending in general. We just wanted to see goals. Even some people's answers were bring in a calm and just throw more goals on and we can win that way. And I remember saying to people at the time, you can't look to win 4-3 every week. It's not possible. It's not sustainable. So you do have to have these defensive players.
Yeah. Daniel Larson here saying, I don't know how to get up. I don't know how you guys get up for Spurs. I feel nothing when we score anymore, and I hate it. Don't want to be this way, though. Daniel, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say to this. I think, Daniel, I don't blame you because we've been beaten down and broken probably multiple times this season. And so if you do feel like you've lost a bit of that emotion, I'm not, I don't really exactly blame you. But Sean or Dave, anything, Daniel, like I'm a happy clapper. So I'm just, maybe just wired that way sometimes where I can, try to see the good and maybe the shit situations. But I mean, nobody should be that way because it's, often you're kidding yourself and often you're lying to yourself and, things like that. But I don't know. What would you say to Daniel here, lads?
Yeah, look, I don't blame Daniel for feeling that way. I think a lot of people probably feel that way. They're just sort of numb to this season. However, if we're all deep down honest with ourselves, we have nothing better to do. And nor do we want to do anything else but sit here and watch the club. So if you're going to sit here and watch the game, you may as well just let your emotions run wild. At the end of the day, it's what we all live for. I get, we've been disappointed by a lot this season, but if you're going to watch the game, you may as well just let your emotions run wild because reality is, there's no point in feeling like that. And especially when we're putting in a good performance, we've kept a clean sheet, we've scored, it looks like we could go on and do better. You may as well enjoy it. This is what we wanted to see all season. Yes, it's too late, but I'm one of these. I can't hate on everything forever. At some stage I got to take, me, I'm pathetic. I guess that's Daniel's problem. He's not pathetic like me, Jack. Me, I'll take any little sort of thing I can get, right? I think that's Daniel's problem. Daniel, you need to become pathetic like me.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Sean, I mean, I know you speak to Daniel from time to time. I mean, what gets you, up with Spurs? What gets you up in the morning when it comes to Spurs?
No, I hear what he's saying at the moment. I'll be honest, like when that goal went in, I didn't feel as much as I normally do because I feel the season's over. Yeah, like even if Tottenham are playing bad during the season when there's things to play for, I'll still find a way. I'll always be up for it. But I think part of the reason why I'm not quite as aggressive or angry or banging the table or swearing or whatever today is because I feel like for the first time after the Liverpool game, had we won that game like I think we should have done, and we deserve to do, then we would still be involved in at least the Europa League spaces,
Yeah.
and Liverpool we'd have 3 points more. Liverpool would have 3 points less. You know, there'd be
That too
things to still fight
little,
for.
too late concept comes into mind as well.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not really. I understand where he's coming from because I feel the same. I feel a little bit like numb at the moment, but
Do you know what I think it is?
look,
I think it's because
you know, if we win, oh sorry, mate, go on.
Sean, I was just going to say to you quickly, right? Because I think it's the fact that we haven't really had anything to give out about, but anything to cheer about. It's been a pretty mundane 45 minutes. I think if we looked a lot better, I don't think half the people be feeling like this today because, you know, like you said, we're all banging the desk and going mad when we're losing, right? And that emotion is there. I think it's because it's been a pretty mundane 45 and we've had nothing to really get excited or criticize.
Yeah, there's that too. It's been a pretty boring, even though like, I think we're probably like, you know, trying to find reasons to be cheerful because we're seeing a new formation and a little bit of dynamic, you know, flexibility with the instructions and things, and that's kind of interesting. But you know, at the end of the day, if we win today, we go to 57 points. You know, if Villa lose, they stay on 54. That's good for us if we're trying to fight for 7th. But if Brentford beat Liverpool tonight, then you know we're on 57 and Liverpool are on 59. The fight for Europa League is somewhat back on. So there's a little bit of a glimmer of hope for me to focus on for the next 45 minutes, and then I'll worry about what happens with Liverpool and Brentford in an hour and a half. But apart from that, if I'm honest, like if it's a dead rubber game, then that's what I thought it was coming into it. Then it's difficult to get up for dead rubber games, isn't it? Let's be honest. But and it's the first time. It's the first time in how many years for Tottenham to not have something to fight for with 4 games to play?
Sorry,
you know,
can I just cut across some comment? It looks like Kane's got his hair done at halftime. I mean, I didn't know they're allowed to bring hairdressers in. He's got the blow dry out at the comb. He's dried it off.
It's part of the new contract negotiations, Dave. The hairdresser gets his own, you know, cubicle, you know, in the dressing room next to Harry.
He's ready for another goal, I can tell you that.
Daniel, I see where you're coming from, man, and I hope we, you know, tried to, you know, see where you're coming from, and I think a lot of people do, to be honest, my man. And
fucking hell,
really appreciate you, my man.
Ayu's just gone through the back of Pedro.
It's all right.
Get a yellow card. He's just absolutely cleaned him out.
Porro set the bodyguards on him. Sean, you ready?
It's got to be a yellow card. It's got to be a yellow card.
Pedro needs you now, Sean.
The referee's got. Yeah, well, I'm there for Pedro. I'm always there for Pedro.
You see Sean body check him again.
Oh, look at Robert Charlison. Oh, that's WWE.
Yeah, he's giving one back to AU.
Yeah, I love that.
Juan
What's the ref
SJD.
doing?
Juan SJD, I just wanted to say I like this comment. He says, we will criticize the negative, but always show love and passion nonetheless. That is being a fan. I really like that comment, Juan. So big yourself up, my man. Well said.
And Adrian Chi also there with a super chat. He says, big up, lads. We love painless Spurs fans. Come on, you Spurs.
That is also the case.
Genuinely, I think most Spurs fans genuinely suffer in life. It's a way of life. It's all right, Fresh.
I think Flav even said, you know, he says, you know, being a Spurs fan, just 100,000% makes you a better person no matter what.
Just deal with this set piece. We're still vulnerable from set pieces. It's not even a battle there,
nearly 250 watching with us, everybody. Hopefully, you know, you've been enjoying it thus far. Please smash that like button if you can, everybody. I'm seeing 100 likes thus far, but if you can, any of those who haven't, please smash that like button if you do enjoy. And also as well, keep getting your comments in, everybody. Hopefully you enjoy. And the timer and everything's working well thus far. No major howlers. Don't want to speak too soon, but we're doing okay thus far, everybody. Jeffrey Schlepp, though. Zaha out wide, one-on-one with Pedro. Cross in, cleared by Davies. Spurs very deep in their half. Well done, Davies. Oh.
Get out there, Sonny.
Elise, back post. Into Zaha. Oh, no. Ooh.
That would have been some goal, by the way. If he's
that was cheeky. That was cheeky.
Can't be letting them cross in the ball from that side, though. We've got to get out there. We've got to, like, look, there's 2 of them standing there. And they're like, you know, get pressure on the ball. If you're going to bring 2 across, you've got to get the pressure on them. You can't let them cross like that. What a finish. That would have been a serious goal.
He's floated that over the top. He's floated it.
Yeah.
Daniel just says, maybe I just need to see a therapist. Yeah, Daniel, I think that's what the fan show is for as well, Daniel. You know, to be honest, that's your therapy. We've just been missing you.
Oh,
You're missing your
Fraser's
therapy,
looking a
Daniel.
bit ropey at the start of this half.
Yeah, we are starting ropey. We like to concede early.
Just keep it tight
Who
for
is
the
this
next
kid?
5 or 10.
Who is Ryan Mason's mate there, and what does he have to offer? This guy who's like the son of or the grandson of some ex-player. Like, what's going on? He gets brought in and gets straight away to the assistant manager's role. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Who is he?
I don't know. You start looking.
Like,
he's such a
Is
rider.
he Graham Roberts?
Right beside him.
He's like Graham Roberts' grandson or some ex-player's grandson. I don't know who he is, but he's about 24 as well. And it's like they're both sitting there pointing towards the birds outside the nightclub. Like, yeah, should we have a crack on her? Should we have a crack? That's what it looks like.
Maybe he's behind the formation change. Who knows?
Maybe.
Good clip to Harry Kane. Well done, Sonny. Go on, Kane. Back out to Davies. Come on. That was a good chance to break. Don't worry, Sean. Your 2 goals are coming this half.
I need them, mate. I need one early.
They're coming.
Get myself righted.
Just brace yourself. Look at that. That's beautiful by Romero.
Oh, come on! Fucking hell, Skippy!
Højbjerg and Skip just can't play together. There's no coordination between the two of them whatsoever.
They're so clunky.
Yeah. Like Højbjerg makes a good tackle and you think, okay, Skip get on the end of it. Like Skip hasn't even anticipated it. There's no partnership there. They should have developed something by now. They've been playing together for fucking weeks now.
It feels like both of these teams just like Palace has got nothing to play for, have they? Palace are safe as houses. Yeah, they're 11th. They got 40 points. They're not qualified. Yeah.
Like, Tan on Roy Hodgson. He just wants to get back on holiday. Look at him. Job done. Wait. Easy paycheck. Back on holiday.
Get yourself down Ibiza.
Down to Wayne Lineker, isn't he the guy? Gary Lineker's son.
Yeah,
Lineker. The guy out in the pizza.
Get down Lineker's in Magaluf, mate. Yeah, that's what he wants to get.
Apparently, this guy Wayne Lineker though, he's the guy for parties. They all go to him.
Yeah, apparently
he's known in the football world for being the guy. Go on, Porro.
He went to prison, didn't he?
I don't know.
Zaha.
Skip, take him out. You got to take him out, Skip. You got to assault him. You got to assault
him. Win it, boys! No, Jesus.
Skip's got to just take him out there. Why is Skip not just coming across and taking him out?
Naivete.
You just got to take him out. You got to realize the danger and just smash him. Well read by Decore. Right there. You come across.
Smash him, Ollie. You got to smash him there, mate. Take your yellow card. And then you get beaten by him and then you just jog. You're jogging! He's jogging at the end there as well. He doesn't give a fuck.
He's having a poor one today, Skippy.
He's having a shit fucking game. He's having a real fucking stinker.
Well, Richie, that's your bread and butter. Go on.
Nothing wrong with that. He's carried the ball over. There's no foul there. Come on, ref.
Oh, he's such a shit.
This ref is giving. If that's a foul, then what happened with Sonny on the edge of the area?
Yeah.
Fucking double standard bastard.
Yeah. He's too busy ordering his Uber Eats. Anything else is an inconvenience.
It's a joke.
Ah, come on. Don't let them start running through the middle like this. Jesus Christ.
You're all standing off him.
Well done, Emo. Well done,
Emerson.
It's more like it.
Well done, ref. About fucking time, ref, you prick.
Jack's just sitting there in awe of Emerson.
I think I'm lagging a little bit, so I'm going to have to stay in this call, but you guys will hear me, but I'm going to have to change something.
How are you lagging? It's on your stream, isn't it?
Yeah, I think like they can hear me, but like I'm looking at the OBS and it looks like my screen is lagging a lot. So I'm just gonna have to
you'll be all right, Jack. I'll just join in the fun.
Yeah, but you can still see the football.
Yeah.
Right, Tottenham, it's time for number 2 now. It's time to get a second goal and kill this game. Let's go. Happy Dave today. Happy thoughts. Come on. Fraser punts it long. Big win by Richie. Porro picks up the scraps. He's being assaulted.
Get there, Romero!
Ref! He's absolutely assassinated Skip. Blow that.
Absolute prick.
Exactly.
Referee, you're going to fucking pull a card out, you little absolute shitbag.
He is. He's got the yellow. He doesn't. He's looking like he doesn't want to use it.
He's going to give it.
He's apologising to Will Saha first. I don't want
Sorry, I've got no option. I've got no option here.
Yeah.
At the
It's a joke. Look at him. I'm sorry, Wilf. I've no option. It's a joke. Geez, you may as well ask him for his number and start fucking, being his secret admirer at this point.
Look at schlup. What a fucking schlup. Isn't that like a Jewish word? A Hebrew word for like a... Oh, that's a schlep. Sorry. Yeah, fucking schlup. Absolute fucking mug of a human being. Is that? And that's what the word means. You absolute schlep.
Look, manhandling Paro on the ground there as well. How time you go booking?
Big up, Steve D. Forgot to give you your shout out earlier, my man. Oh, absolute legend. Steve, you got to hold me accountable for that. I was waiting to see your comment in the chat, my man, but I should have just, I bet you were listening along. I bet you were waiting for me, but I had plenty of happy clapping moments, my friend. Big yourself up, Steve. Hopefully you're taking care of yourself. I know you're up on a big ladder.
Get there! Go on, Emo. Go on, Emerson. Sir!
Get there. Ooh, sketchy. Well done, Sonny. Well done, Sonny. That's the defensive moment of the game there.
That's the first header. That's the first header that Sonny has ever won.
That's like that Salah moment that Mia was talking about, though, where, tracking back there. Well done. Well done to Sonny. Great header.
Sonny. Well done, Sonny. Does his job there. He does it. It's a brilliant header from Sonny. Brilliant. And look how far back he is. Look at the track. Look at the tracking from Sonny.
Well done, man.
Well done, Sonny.
Well done. It's not easy for a guy like him. I mean, let's be honest. Defending's not his forte.
Well done.
Superb from Sonny.
Come on, let's get.
He's had a great unselfish performance today, Sonny. Well done, my man.
Yeah, he's been good today. He's definitely in my top 4 for the man of the match things.
Find him, Harry.
Sorry, Richie.
Find him, Richie.
Yeah,
okay.
Richie. Terrible.
Oh, Saucy.
No!
He went for the sporting.
Pedro!
He went for that left-footed curler. He likes.
First time.
I've seen him do that in training. No, he likes those in training. He likes cutting in like that and smacking them.
Sonny's furious.
Yeah.
Sonny is fucking furious. First time, mate. Right then. First time across the face.
He just never catches it.
Oh, timer. I'm sorry about.
Oh, unlucky. It's better though. Richie absolutely sold whoever that was.
He sold me. I thought his first touch was an absolute fucking
He sold all of us. We're all about to go for fuck's sake, Richie.
What are you selling, Richie? I'm buying. Win it, Richie.
Good to see Steve D on Happy Clap Patrol, by the way.
Pick up Steve D, legend.
My nemesis. Who else is still with us? Who else have we got? Big up Ribsy. Says that well, that was nowhere. Big up King Huddle as well. Big up Moosehead. Big up Taku Baby. Big up Scooter Reacts. Mark Just Totten Shikari.
Get there, Emo.
Linus. Big
yourself. You let him get in there, mate. You've given up.
Come on, Emo. Go. He's getting spun. Oh, well done, Emo. Well done. God, he's fucking tricky, Zaha.
Yeah, we need this. Palace are getting better of us in this opening start of second half.
For a kid that just came back from injury, I mean, that's pretty well done by Emo. He's spinning them all over the place here. Well done, Emo.
He does well to read it. We got to go and get a second.
Always bossing it defensively. Don't you worry, King Huddle. Win this!
They're done. Why is Lucas Moura warming up? We don't want to see him.
Oh, Richie gets done. No, thank you, Fraser. Come on. Richie's been bad defensively today. He's been very suspect near his own box.
And he just stood there as well once he got done. There was no attempt to get back after him. Look.
Nah, Rich. Come on, man.
He stands there.
Fraser Foster's superb.
Romero.
That was Reece. That would have ended up in the back of the net.
Skippy.
Well
nice.
done, that's better.
Would you have any issue with Fraser Foster being? Oh, that's terrible.
Ben
Davies,
Davies, man.
You're fucking useless today, mate. What's going on with
It's
you,
just
bro?
shit on the ball.
Get Perisic on.
Yeah, you're right. Get Perry on.
Oh, well,
I need some fucking medium.
Oh
spice
no,
Perry
ball behind for Zaha. Thank you, Fraser.
keeper.
Fraser Foster.
Good man, Fraser. Way to be switched on, son.
He's done very well. Let me ask you a question. Would you be would you take one centre back of the, let's say Laporte, right, and Raya, or would you rather Laporte and Bremer, and then have to stick with Laporte with Fraser Foster as our number 1 next season?
Second choice.
So 2 centre backs over 1 centre back and a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest.
Right. Let's go, Richie. Find Richie. Oh, Ben Davies. That's a wonderful ball.
Pedro!
Oh! What a save.
Pedro Porro's filthy.
Pedro Porro is going to have 8 goals next season for us and 7 assists.
Nice little trap.
I'm calling it now.
Oh,
Look at that for a shot.
Effort.
He's the people's right mid.
Sorry, mate.
I can feel a second.
People are saying we need to make a sub.
Yeah, it's a tricky one with these ones when you're 1-0 up. Do you take
Davies?
You take him off for, defensively he's a bit.
Yeah, and then get caught out.
No.
You know,
I need goals.
That's right. Shot at selfish intentions.
First change I would make is
absolutely selfish.
I take off
shamelessly.
He's glad he's not managing this one.
Oh, Porro, Emerson.
Oh, Porro!
Oh, there, Kane, Sonny, make it
help him.
Oh, lovely work, though, boys. Lovely work. Buen hecho.
Look at Pedro Porro. He's enjoying himself today.
Oh, he's loving it.
Enjoying himself.
I had a good feeling about him today.
Gut gemacht. Well done, lads.
What played by him and Emerson, but that return ball to keep it in by Porro, that was unreal. Come on, Kane. You're feeling a second. You didn't get that blow dry for no reason at half time. Let's have it.
Hat trick for Kane. Hat trick for Harry.
Put some Porro on this one. It's not as good.
That's rubbish.
Get the pressure on. Don't let him play out.
Sonny, no. Win it. There you go, Sonny. Show him the weight room, man. Show him the weight room. I love that, Sonny. Show him the weight room, son.
Here we go, Kane.
Oh, what a ball.
Harry.
Now get and help him.
Get him on the outside.
Harry.
Oh.
Good defending.
Corner kick.
On Porro's favourite side.
In swinging corner. Come in. I can feel it for Longley. Let's go, Tottenham.
There we go. Come on. It's not even a corner.
My second sider is kicking in now. My second sider is kicking in. I can feel it.
It's not even a corner. It's a wrong decision. It's a goal kick. If we score from this, I love it.
Yeah,
come on, Pedro. Whip it in for Gianni Vio.
Oh, fuck off,
Shut up, Zaha. Skeletor. He looks like Skeletor.
Pedro.
Let's go.
Look at your man behind. He's trying to rival me for Porro.
Cook up a good one, Page. Come on, man.
Oh!
Go on, Get there, Sonny. Get there, Sonny. Great fucking effort, man. Love this, Sonny. A very unselfish performance today from Sonny. A very unselfish performance.
Defensively, he's been superb today.
The best defender on the pitch.
I mean, what Ryan Mason said? They're playing for their careers. He's fucking.
No, it's a terrible ball.
Ryan Mason saying playing for their careers. He's putting in all the effort.
Yeah.
Despite the talent, all the effort is there tonight from him.
Take it down. Someone give Salzburg a shot.
Oh, you've got
there you go, Harry.
Let's go. He's broken his ankle.
Sir! Can't touch Harry.
Out, sir.
Well, KVP or KPV can't touch an academy, man.
Can't touch this.
Sean KPV said with the Skippy foul, he said you're not allowed to touch the kid. You're not allowed to foul the academy kids.
The academy.
Can't be touching them.
Oh, he's absolutely fucking taking him out.
He's assaulting him.
Let's go, Tottenham. I need 2 goals. I need 2 goals in 25 minutes. Not too much to ask.
At least one's coming anyway.
What
ball by Porro? Kane up in the air like look at that, just rise through the ashes like a phoenix. Look at that, bam! Get in there. Love that.
I wish Harry Kane would turn around in that moment rather than celebrating by himself. At least he's pointing to Porro, saying, "Well done, mate." I would, if I was on the receiving end of that, I would run straight to the person who gave it to me and say,
Look at Pedro smiling with his prisoners.
Look at he's loving it.
He's lapping it up with his prisoners.
Look how much he's
a good old time.
Harry recognizes them. Beautiful.
Yeah. Thanks, Harry. Thanks, mate.
Oh, he smiles more than what I do.
Yeah,
he looks like Dave. Pedro Porro looks like Dave.
Why are you so happy, Pedro? You're supposed to be the prison guard. These people are your prison mates. You ain't got to celebrate with them. You just fucking go there. So it's just me doing my job.
Come on, Tottenham. Let's have it.
Long way.
I need 2 goals.
Looks like that weather has moved over here. It was sunny earlier. Now it's pissing rain. Go on, Kane. Let's make
absolutely horrible.
Out to Porro. Skin him. Nutmeg him.
Skin him, Pozza. Go on, Poz.
Oh, look at that little backheel touch by Kane. Emerson. Move it over to the left. Let's go. Rotate it. Come on. Let's get Sean some money.
I need money! Show me the money!
We want to turn him from butler into a prince. Let's go.
Wide to Pedro. Poor touch from the man. Well done, Skippy. Good hustle, man.
Romero, switch that. Go on. 60-yarder just for the crack. Salzburg.
Yeah, Longley, you got time.
No panicking whatsoever. I love this.
Longley.
Do you reckon, like, Pedro Porro doesn't speak a word of English, right? Do you think how much communication?
He might, though.
I think he speaks. Actually, I think he probably speaks as much English as like Emerson and Richarlison do.
Like, very, very little. Very little. Like,
but I think his is actually not that bad for someone who's just came.
How much communication do you reckon they have with Harry Kane, like day to day? Like, do you reckon they get to know
he's
each
very
other?
active on the social media, so I imagine he's just sending Harry Kane, hair pics and nice workout vids.
Haircuts.
He's probably sending Harry Kane all his workout vids.
Oh, look at that!
Here we go.
Pedro.
Porro, good ball to Sonny.
Sonny, run in behind
Get
you.
out there and help him. Help him.
Nice hold up play, Sonny. Nice hold up play.
Well
nice
done.
hold up play. Sir, he's having every piece of him he wants.
Oh,
well done, Pedro. Oh, you're in behind. Oh, Harry.
Oh.
I thought that was.
Stay on him.
Fair fucking play to.
Oh, well done, Romero. Composure there. Love that composure.
Here we go. Turn.
Great spell possession by Spurs.
He's so negative. Ben Davies needs to open his body. Come on, Emerson. Come on, let's get his tank in there. Cheeky. Needs a bit more on it. Decore. It's got short. Well done. Who was that? Ben Davies.
Big up, Carl Simpson. Mo.
It's just nice to see Tottenham pass the ball to each other, isn't it?
Oh, it's gorgeous. Finally, a nice little spray from Pierre.
Now
Ben Davies. Making a good run, Ben.
Sir!
Yellow card! Yellow that cut, man.
You know you're
look at Richie. Take a little swipes. I love it, Rich.
Oh, that's more like it. Ben Davies turns into an.
There you go, Ben. Work those legs, son. Work those
Ben
irons.
Davies has got a bit of pace on him, by the way.
Yeah, he's got that secret, pace sometimes.
He does have it. Yeah,
like
he's got that second gear.
Classy, Ben. That's lovely, son. Way to trail the leg.
Here we go, number two.
You don't often see him use it, but when called upon, he does have a bit of turn of pace.
Took a page out of Richie's book, with that dive there, Ben. Well done. Well done, Davies.
Yeah.
Come on, get a good ball in here. Go on, Porro. Yeah, he's telling them where to go. Look at that. Zip it right across. You know where it's going. Right across the goalkeeper. Let's go. People, get bodies across.
Come on, whip it into the prison yard, man.
Look at Richie. Look at the scoring look on his face.
Whip it into the scrum.
It's going to cost all of them.
Porro, he's asking where everyone was. What a ball.
Yeah, someone was asking there's somebody to put anything on it.
Jesus Christ, that was a whisker wide in the post. Look at the whip on that.
Porro strikes me the sort of guy that's just waiting for the opportunity to, just once kiss the ball before he puts it down, and then he'll deliver across, and then it will become part of his routine. He's the sort of guy that I
Yeah,
think is
he's-
probably a little bit like OCD. He
Just need
kisses
to
it
do it
once. He
once.
puts it on someone's noggin, and then he goes, every time now I take a set piece, I pick it up, give it a little kiss, and then I whip it in and see what happens, see what damage I can do to the prison.
You got Brian Dempsey, Sue Smith, Drew Zilla, Jono. Good to see you all still here. Ethan Woods as well. Win that. Well done,
Win that,
Richie.
Richie.
You could actually, there's an argument you could take off Richie and bring on Kulu.
Hmm?
Go on, Benjamin, look at the space.
Or Dan Zuma.
Yeah, we're
No,
down.
Oh, son leaves it. Richie doesn't read it.
I don't think Richie.
I'd give it to
Richie's not
Danch
been
just to
perfect.
keep that threat of the second striker
Yeah.
still.
Let's make some changes now. It's 20 minutes to go, and I need 2 goals. So I'd like Ryan Mason to be aware of that.
Come on, Money Mace.
No, I'm not happy if we were 1-0. No, not at all. Not good enough. Not good enough. My bank balance.
Why do all Spurs managers
You know what? I
make
should have
subs?
known. Everybody, every single person I saw in every channel and on every stream, everyone in the comments everywhere said this game has got so many goals in it. When you see that,
I said that.
you know that it's probably not. It's never going. It's going to be a 1-0 game.
I thought it would be 4-2.
Sean wants tiresome done.
It was. I think it was Paul though. I think it's Paul's fault. Paul was making us all say 6-0, you know, and everything. So maybe it was that as well. He's forcing everybody to give at least like a 4-0 scoreline.
Look at Sean. He's secretly hoping Dyer comes on.
I want goals. Yeah, I want goals. I'll be honest. If we go 2-0 up, I'm happy for Tottenham to concede a goal. I need to get paid, bro. I need to get paid. So. As long as it doesn't affect the overall result. You know, I want the 3 points more than anything else, though.
Come on, get after this, Tottenham. Let's go and do it for Shoddy.
Elise.
This game's finishing 1-0.
Hoiberg gives away a free
I don't
kick.
think Crystal Palace don't care. Crystal Palace are on the beach already.
I'd like to be 2-0 up before 80 minutes, though, because although we've looked solid across the back line, I still think the nerves might come into the Tottenham in the last 10.
Yeah, 100%. First changes for Palace coming on.
Will Hughes coming into midfield. Keeping a clean sheet, though, would be a good springboard to build off.
Ball in. Romero clears.
Go on, Richie. Don't foul him. Him and Emerson. Look at that. Brazilian. He's getting Brazilian.
All over him.
Brazilian.
Oh, what a flick!
Oh, my God!
That was filthy.
Charlison.
That was filthy.
He's flicked him over and ran on with it. That's
The way Emerson and him swarmed him.
I bet AU didn't think he was booked in for Brazilian wax today.
Look
Oh
this
my
though, from
God, they
Romero
swarmed
and
him there.
Richarlison.
Oh, look at that.
It's
The Samba's coming out.
sensational.
What a
Samba's
legend. What a legend,
Jordan
Richie.
Ayew should be on a yellow card already, to be honest.
How many
Sean,
layers
Gareth
does Davinson Sanchez have on there?
Schlupp coming off.
Still angry with that. I'm still angry with Ayew for the first one. Get off, you schlup. You schlup.
Will Hughes coming on. Should never have left Watford. Moving to Palace killed his career. Hodgson looking like the owl he is. Come on.
Spurs, plenty of time here on the ball. No pressure.
It's like we're waiting for Palace to come out and press us.
Well, it's not a bad idea. I mean, it's how
No,
you...
it's not, but Palace just aren't doing it.
So, Emero, you being lazy there? Being lazy there?
Take him out. Skip, take him out. Not now.
Clear.
Block.
Don't be lazy, Emo.
Here we go. Go on.
Oh, Pedro.
Pollination. Pollination.
Oh, goodbye, Pedro. And didn't need to do that hesitation. You could have just kept going.
Come on, Tottenham. Get out there and engage the ball. Now's not the time to be backing off. Ben Davies up against Oliseh. Great defending, Davies.
Great defending, Ben. There you go, man. That's what we need.
getting the body between man and ball once it goes by him. That's brilliant defending. Shut up, Owl.
Who's the owl?
Hodgson.
Oh, Roy.
Romero here.
Come on, Tottenham. I need 2 goals.
There's still time, Sonny.
Oh, what a ball from Romero, Sonny! Oh, Sonny!
No!
Oh, you had it. Oh, he's just taking his time. He wanted to do a David Harris style. He wanted to round the keeper Harris style.
He tried to take my trademark. No offside flag.
The first touch was spot on. He could have dinked him. I feel like he could have dinked him.
He was onside.
He could have dinked him, I think. Yeah, he could have dinked him here.
What control, though?
He never had a bad touch. He never had one bad touch.
Control?
Oh, every single touch is perfect. He just he could have dinked him, maybe. He could have dinked him. Good save, actually, by Johnston. Good save.
Amazing save by Johnston.
Yeah, good discipline.
There, Sonny. Unlucky.
I think he had the dink. Unbelievable touches.
Poirot. Near post. That's a free out, surely. Oh, what a ball. Who played that ball over?
I needed that, you bastards.
Don't worry, Sean. There's a couple more chances.
Sean's rating of Sonny has gone from a 9 out of 10 to a 6 after that.
Romero-Sonny combo again. Seen that at Liverpool.
Sonny for me is clear as day, man of the match. I don't care what happens in the last 15.
Game today. Very good game.
Sensational. I'll back him 1 second, lads.
Defensively, he's been brilliant, and going forward, he's tried to create. You know, it's hard to pick a man of the match today, to be honest.
He's just had like very good energy, I think, is what we've been seeing.
Romero.
Oh, Romero, love it. Win it again, my man. Win it a third. Win it another time. Why not?
There we go. He deserves to get his name in there today. He's been excellent defensively today. What a return from Emerson from injury, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, coming up against Zaha of all people as well. I mean, that's one of the tougher assignments in the Premier League. If anything, I think I'm seeing Zaha move a lot more infield now. So he's probably given up trying to go up against Emma.
Probably some ploy to get him running at the heart of Tottenham. I mean, how long does he want on the throw-in, for God's sake?
Well done, Romero.
And he's been sensational today.
Sir!
Oh, Romero, get up. Romero, get up. Now's not the time.
He's playing a bit of housery.
Well done, Sonny. Boots it out. Gets Romero some attention. Wind down the clock a little.
Echo says Poro, man of the match.
You know, you control three people come to mind straight away. Romero, Poro, and Sonny. I think they've all been excellent.
Look at that. Is that a Romero number 17? Look at that. Look at that. That's class.
Me won't be too happy. Me has got competition there.
That's class.
Yeah, I need one of them. Here we go. Kulu's coming on probably for Richie.
Yep, it's coming exactly right, Dave.
Yeah, number 9.
Good performance by Rich. Hard work. I'd give him a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 for today. Hard work from Richie.
Didn't really get into the game going forward.
No. I think he sacrifices a lot defensively. He works hard on that account, but I feel like he had some moments going forward where just a bad touch and things let him down.
Here's Sean's answer to the 2 goals, though.
Kulu's coming on here, Shawnee. Richie's been taken off.
Kane's gone up top.
It's Eric Dyer looking furious.
Do you know what he's going to say after this? There's a perception.
He's never been dropped. I mean, this is big. This is big for him. He's never been dropped.
Remember his speech after Josie got sacked about the mistakes. You know, this will be him tonight. There's a perception that when I don't play, Tottenham are sound defensively. That's not the case. That's what he's going to say.
He's our version of Harry Maguire. you know, always makes excuses for how good of a player he is and how he's hard done by the
Except for he's
statistics.
worse.
People are saying Emerson gets man of the match.
Yeah, you could throw him in there.
Oh, a little eager there, Rom.
Nah, he's been sensational defensively today. Well done,
Wait.
Emerson.
Sonny.
Jesus
Whoa.
Christ.
Whoa. You sure you want that
So-
battle? You sure you want that? You
Hold
can't be
up,
touching
Romero.
Emo there. Oh, look at the
Romero
housery from
calming it
Emo.
down.
Look at the housery to
Romero
pretend.
calming it down. Usually Romero's the guy who's in there going, I'll have some of this.
He's
but
in
this
the
time
zone,
Romero's
Sean.
like, nah. He's
in
zoned
that
in.
zone
You're
you
right,
wanted him.
absolutely.
Why is he
locked
talking to
in.
Emerson?
Locked
Talk to
in.
Jordan Ayew, man.
He's listening to you, Sean. He's gone into
Talk
the
to
zone.
Jordan Ayew. Why are you talking to Emerson?
I have heard that Romero does like to listen to the Spanish translation of the Spurs talk show. You know, there are versions out there that there's people out there that do translate my channel into 84 different languages, and apparently Romero's my #1 subscriber in the Spanish version. So you must have heard me say,
He's listening.
"Calm yourself down, bro. Calm yourself down."
But win that.
I loved also Pedro Porro's, very, like concerned face there because he's just, he's seeing a lot happen in his prison that he's just, definitely wouldn't condone as well. Like he's not.
He needs some order in his yard.
Yeah, he's like, whoa. He didn't think that the prison yard would.
That's it, Ben. Stay down for as long as you need. Good time wasting.
Oh, sir.
Take
all the time you need, Ben.
No wonder why he's down for so long. He's trying to find his Adam's apple. Jesus.
I like the fact that Romero's done that. I'm just watching it back on this delayed version on my IPTV. I like the fact that he's just walked away. He doesn't want any part of the nonsense today. Well done, Christian Romero. Well done, mate. Let's get a second goal, please, and a third goal in the next 8 minutes, please.
That's it. Well done, Højbjerg. Kick the ball away. Well done, Langley. What we just need to do is get the ball to Kulu and let him go on his runs. That's it, Kulu. Go on, Kulu.
Good pressing, Kulu.
Go on, you've got him. He's in your sights.
Oh, yes. Picked him.
Nah, right. Fuck off, referee. Jesus Christ. Guess you're not allowed to tackle anymore.
I'm gonna have to jump off this jump off the stream, guys, pretty soon after the game's finished. Just so you
That's
know.
all right.
Yeah, no worries, Shawnee.
Everybody, I put it at halftime, but here is Sean's YouTube channel as well. Maybe while everybody is still in here, it doesn't even take you away from the stream. So here's the link as well to Sean's YouTube channel. Anybody that might be new, that hasn't, maybe seen these watch alongs before, please check them out, please, everybody.
Fucking referee loves himself. He's blowing his whistle every 10 seconds now.
I'm not a fan of that AU. Don't like him.
Nah.
He's a bit of a git.
Him and his brother both wasted their talent.
Who's the other one play for?
He was at Swansea for a period, wasn't he? Two of them were at Swansea for a period.
Not at Southampton. Oh no, there's someone else.
All I say with delivery, just watch. No.
Oh,
Harry Kane. Fucking nice one on the line. Well done.
Fucking hell.
One of our own. Let's have it. He wants that clean sheet.
Elise with the ball in.
Anderson.
Who wins
Who's
that?
watching him?
Skippy.
Fuck me, that's shocking.
Skippy, how you letting that ball in?
Stay on. You just got to stay switched on there. And you
Good
do
job,
with
Romero,
that.
getting out of the way. Good clearance.
Striker getting back there, reading it better than anyone else. Edouard's on. He's going to cause trouble, and they're going to go a long ball in there now.
who's just come on?
Edouard.
Oh yeah.
Go on, Kulu. Chase it around. That's what you're brought on for. Oh, well done. Well done, Langley. Red.
Sir.
Well done, Langley.
Shut
Go
up,
away.
Zaha, you fucking Skeletor prick.
You absolute melt. You loser.
Can't stand him. He's a fucking arsehole. Fucking giant eyes. He's like,
Oh,
my name's Zaha.
come on. Now let's see if we can get to 90 minutes without conceding. Come on.
Yeah, Tequila says, has it really been over 80 minutes without us letting in a goal? I'm not sure how to feel like this. It's an odd feeling. It is a
I feel
very
like my
odd
missus is going to wake me up any minute and say, Dave, you have to get up for the pre-match pump-up.
feeling.
Fraser delivers it long. Oh. Just deal with it. Ball bouncing everywhere. Tottenham throwing. Let's go.
Shit. Manchester City Leeds have scored.
2-1.
See, win it, Sean.
It is 2-1, I think. Yeah, to Manchester City. Yeah.
Oh, come on, City. You just know Big Sam will fucking end up nicking something and ruin it.
We've got to play them yet, haven't we?
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh.
Nice, Sonny.
Oh, Sonny.
Oh,
Oh,
nice, Sonny. Oh, fuck.
Jeez, he nearly done well with that with 3 players around him.
Oh,
Nice
no. Who
slip.
slipped? Well done, Longley. Well done, my friend.
That is the latest tackle, but he was already
I
on the
love
floor.
that.
The player fell over him.
Absolutely love
slipped.
that.
Ridiculous, ref.
He
He
slipped.
was on the
What else
floor. The
can
player
I do?
just
I wish
tripped into
Sanchez
him.
did that more when he slips.
Yeah.
Bonkers.
Why doesn't
He's on the
Sanchez do
floor
that when he
about an hour.
slips? Oh, well done.
Oh,
Fair
he's
enough.
absolutely donkey punched him in the nuts. Look at that. Donkey punch in the nuts.
Well
Love it.
done, Clement Longley.
That's class.
Well done.
Someone needs to tell him he's playing soccer, not rugby. He's gone down
He's
with a
saying, "Get down,
pectoral
the
issue.
floor."
Yeah, he hurt his arm. Maybe he stretched it out too far.
Yeah.
Defending at all
Something
costs.
like
That's what I love, you know. I don't mind that. I love that. He slipped. Doesn't matter. He's still going to take him out.
Steve D with a super chat here. Big yourself up, Steve D. He says midfield midfield exposed even more today. Absolute trash. Dave, we took out the likes of Eric Dyer. We took out some of the problem players in the defense. I mean, Højbjerg and Skip, I'll be honest, actually probably some of the worst performers at the end of the day. And Steve D is right. Like, they have been probably one of the more players, let's just say that. I mean, when we're trying to break the lines, when we're trying to break down this defense, they just haven't been nearly as helpful as they need to be.
No,
Oh,
why is
no.
Moon Boots getting ready? Don't
No.
bring him fucking on.
No. Just bring on Tanganga, man. Just bring on Tanganga.
But look, you know, with like this is the thing, you know, you got to start with the back line first, like I've always said. Once you sort that out, and like I alluded to last week, then you look at issues further up the pitch, you know. But the back line has to be got sorted out first, in my opinion. Then, you know, once you get that, then you move on to your next issue, the midfield, the calm, you know, things like that. But, you know, yeah, the midfield have been exposed today. Skip and Højbjerg, the too similar.
He's
you know, they're
pulled a
not
muscle
good enough
there.
on the ball. They're
Mm.
not good enough on the ball. So, you know, but there's no point in bringing in another midfielder here this summer if you're not going to bring in defenders, because we're going to get an injury to Langley, a Romero, and Emerson next season, and it means these idiots are going to have to play. And believe it or not, there's still time for Moon Boots to cost us.
He's pulled us.
Danjuma coming on for Sonny. Great performance from Sonny.
Hello, Sonny. That's it. Take your time, son.
Great performance, Sonny.
I still need 2 more goals, you bastard.
Yeah, we needed him to hit that, you know, one for Shawnee. That was the only he was one moment away from having the most unselfish performance, where then he could have given one to Shawnee.
Yeah.
Big up Sonny though. Great performance. And Steve D, I'll to be fair to you, I mean, I think Skip and Højbjerg have been absolutely, probably, as sad as it may be, because I love Højbjerg, he's been probably one of the worst performers on the pitch today and has not helped us out much in the creative sense.
Romero.
Big up, Steve.
He's been outstanding today.
Please don't concede in the last seconds, you bastards. Well done, Romero. Don't. Come on, guys. Hold out. Hold out.
Don't do this to me.
Get it? Mo, no. Højbjerg.
Oh,
Everyone just
good
becomes
God.
nervous. As soon as fucking Rocket Head comes on the pitch, everyone becomes nervous.
Rocket Head.
Jeez.
Did Longley dislocate his shoulder, maybe, or do you think he's just?
Nah, I think he might have pulled. I watched it back on the other thing I've got here. He puts his arm out and like to tackle Zaha, and it looks like Zaha then like kicks into his arm, and his arm gets like jolted forward. So I don't know whether he's just like pulled a pectoral, might have pulled his pec muscle. You know, apparently some people have got these muscles here. That I don't know much about them anymore, but apparently there's muscles here that are
useful.
that are useful. Yeah, let's go.
Højbjerg, sir.
At the ball.
Get back. Well done, Harry. Well done, Harry.
Well done.
Well done, Harry.
That's it. Protect the ball.
King Otto, feign injury, lie down when in Rome.
Bookies are made of
Whoa.
Get him off the pitch. Get him off the pitch.
He's losing the run.
Get Skeletor off the pitch.
Send it. Give him a red. Give him a second yellow.
That's a double yellow. It's a double yellow. One and then another one.
I mean, how many more times?
Fraser Forster getting the yellow. Love it.
How many more times does the ref have to talk to that? It's like 4 times in this second half.
He's thrown the ball away.
Love it, Fraser.
That's what Fraser's saying, you fucking mug.
Yeah.
I'll see you.
Fraser, what are you doing? Look at him. He doesn't even move.
Oh my God, he almost ate him. He literally almost ate him.
the first one, and then throwing the ball away. There's 2 yellows. Get off the pitch, Skeletor.
Fraser just getting involved and wasting the time.
Absolutely love that from Fraser.
Oh, what a
sir!
Get him off the second yellow.
He's gone.
Get off the pitch.
No.
Oh, no, it's not. It's the first yellow.
Oh, Ward got the yellow earlier.
Yeah.
Who's that? Who's that?
Joachim Anderson. Oh, ref.
Oh, yeah.
Flappy G, Flat Cap member for 1 month, says Spurs lucky to hold a clean sheet. And then he also says, Dr. Sean, thank you for explaining the pectoral muscle.
I've heard about it. I've never had one myself, but I made joking.
It exists.
Yeah, no, they're important apparently. Apparently very important. If you,
I didn't want to go into detail on the pectoral muscle because I've got tits at this stage, so can't remember.
That's what my point is as well. Yeah, I haven't seen my pec for many a year.
I've got moves.
Nice housery from Højbjerg.
Let's go. Find the second. Give me a second of my fuck.
Oh, nice. Good possession. Sir! He's good kicking out.
Fuck me. What's this? A Royal
God, they're
Rumble?
just what? It's just Royal Rumble with Harry Kane. He just gets take swipes at him.
Look at Højbjerg saying, "Get on the other side of the pitch." Shut up, fucking boy.
And he's
Shut
no
up, boy.
intention of hitting it over that side at all. Look at the owl. Look at him. Tweet. Idiot.
Where's the 10-yard line?
Oh,
they're nowhere near the 10-yard line.
Sir.
Where was it? They were well inside the 10-yard line, ref. It's a disgrace.
Don, come on, Tottenham. Looks like we're going to win this one.
All the players, but all of them were inside the 10-yard line then.
Just launch this down to the corner flag.
And put it in the back of the net. Then go and get a third just quickly for me. Really appreciate it.
Win that.
The Outlad says, I absolutely love beating Palace.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic.
He enjoys Eagle, doesn't he, the Outlad? You know, he's having Eagle for dinner.
Yeah, I believe he's washing it down with a red wine shoe over the top of it, Jack.
Allardyce style.
11 a.m. this morning. Yeah, he loves it. Absolutely loves it. You know, because where we were living in Croydon, we were closer to Palace than Tottenham, so we were surrounded by a lot of Palace.
Dining on Eagle almost every night.
That's why it means so much to him, you know. It means a lot to him. He's going to have double Eagle today. Eagle wings, Eagle fillet.
Eagle wings. Good clearance, Romero. Give him a souvenir.
Our ball. Take your time. Take your time.
Ben Davies should just launch it off the players player in front of him. Just launch it off and go for another throw in.
Well done, Tottenham. This is just sensible football now.
Oh, this is. I love this, Hauser. I feel like the ball hasn't been in play for 10
It's almost
minutes.
as if you don't know that I've got 2 more goals that I need to score, you bastards. But well done for playing good football. Oh, here we go. Don't lose it now.
Well done, Romero.
Well done, Romero.
Win it again. Yes,
Romero.
Romero.
He's on a trampoline. Jesus.
Get back.
Emerson. It's the volleyball contest.
We're on in bouncy world. Let's go.
Load up, ref.
Go on, Power Nation. Now's your chance. Take him.
Great job, Kulu.
Ref,
Sir, blow it up.
No, he wants them to have one more attack. Even he wants to test Eric Dyer.
Oh, no. No. Thank you, Romero. Fuck's sake.
Organized, boys. Organized.
Well done, Romero. Well done. Absolute animal. Absolute animal. Can we blow it? Thank you.
Yes.
Get in there.
Well, what was the result in the Villa game?
The Villa game is still 1-0 to
Wolves won, apparently. Is that a good bit? City won, Wolves won. Let me take a look at it here, everybody. But
Chelsea won 3-1, Man City won 2. Well, they're winning. Chelsea are winning. Man City are winning. Tottenham have just won, and Wolves are beating Villa. And then all of those games are now done as well. So all the games are done. Chelsea beat Bournemouth 3-1. Man City beat Leeds 2-1. Tottenham have beaten Palace 1-0, and Wolves have beaten Villa 1-0, which means we are back up into 6th, ahead of Brighton, ahead of Villa. Got a 3-point march over Villa, having played the same. Brighton have got a lot of games in hand. However, if Liverpool lose tonight, then we are if Liverpool lose tonight, then we are 2 points behind Liverpool in 5th. So it's not over.
Sean, can you help me with the man of the match poll here, please? And I've been putting your link. All right, Dave's already on it. Thank you, Dave. Well, Dave, how about you take this away? You kind of give your initial thoughts. I'm going to actually get a drink and actually take a piss, which I've been waiting to do for some time here. But 1-0, Dave. I mean, I was waiting for it to get 2-0. I was waiting for Sean to get his bets. If Spurs, we were holding on here, but I guess you can wipe your eyes, Dave. It's not a dream. 1-0 win.
No, I can't believe we're sitting here talking about cheat. Just first of all, the poll is up in the chat. If you want to vote for man of the match, your options are Sonny, who for me, he looked the brightest going forward today, trying to make things happen, but his defensive work was insane today. Not something I actually criticize him often about, but today it was there. You've got Romero, who, was outstanding today, absolutely outstanding, dealt with everything coming his way. Unbelievable. I put Pedro Porro in there as well. I thought he had a really good game down that right-hand side. Very menacing. And you know what? I put Emerson in there. I was thinking of maybe a toss-up between Langley and Emerson, but I've gone with Emerson due to the fact that he's been out injured for some time and comes back and, doesn't really put a foot wrong either. So there is your options for the man of the match. Sean, what's your thoughts on what we've just seen, and who would be your man of the match?
I think you picked the right 4. I think you picked the correct 4. I would say Sonny. I thought Sonny was busy all day. I like the fact that he got back. He made some very crucial interceptions back. Not just that one header that was very important, but other times as well. He seemed like he was up for it more than a lot of other players were in the first half. As I say, I feel like the game. It kind of felt a little bit easy. I think Crystal Palace maybe have got their eyes on the beach or whatever. They've got nothing to play for. And listen, it was. I think people are going to walk away from this game reflecting on the fact that it was a successful outcome, having experimented with new formations and dropping Dyer. And I think Ryan Mason's going to walk away with a lot of plaudits. But if I'm entirely honest, I don't think it was a fantastic game, and I feel like we were playing against a team that didn't really turn up. Like I say, I think they think their season's done. It would be if the exact same thing happened, but we were playing a normal traditional 3-4-3, and it was very clear and there was no real changes. I think we'd all reflect on it a little bit less enthusiastically. For me, I think that the person who's going to come away with the biggest plaudits here is Ryan Mason. But for me, the man of the match probably is Sonny, because he was one of the few players that looked to me like he was really involved and invested in the game. And I think the other players that you selected in your 4 were the other energetic players amongst an 11 that, like I say, I'm not really that taking that much away from it as I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm making sense.
No,
Well,
I think you're right. I think, look, overall, it wasn't great for us in an attacking sense, but we stopped the rot at the back line. Like, look, we can't forget that many people coming into this were expecting Edouard, Eze, and Sa to absolutely rip us open. It did not happen. We were a solid unit back there. And, for me, that just goes to show that, I don't want to see Hugo Lloris in here between now and the end of the season. And I definitely don't want to see Eric Dyer either. We kept a solid unit back there without that guy there. On the ball, we were a lot better. But, I've always said this. Once you're not conceding shots, you're doing your defensive work properly and you're soaking it up, then your issue becomes on the ball. And I think our biggest issue today was, the midfield. We didn't have anyone that could get on the ball, get turned, sort of spray passes and stuff like that. It sort of started happening in the second half, but there was no real end product to it. But I think the biggest takeaway we can take today has got to be the fact that we kept a clean sheet.
Yeah.
It has to be. We've been absolutely railroaded and embarrassed, turned inside out. More.
Yeah, how much? What did Palace create though, mate? It was
Sean,
different against Liverpool.
You got to remember, this is a Palace team that have won 4 out of their last 6.
Yeah, they've been free scoring at the moment. I know they're a bit on the beach, but they have been free scoring. Like they've been tearing apart teams recently. Like it's been a bit weird. It's like people have been actually quite confused because it's like, isn't Roy Hodgson, the manager here? But I mean, what was it? Leeds? They scored like 5 goals or something like that. I mean, they absolutely been tearing teams apart. They could have been on the beach today, but at the same time, I thought they were very hard to break down. I think that was more having to do with the midfield, though, as well, not really exactly breaking the lines as much as other players, because I think Longley and Romero actually were quite exceptional on the ball with, trying to kind of make impacts on the game. But for me, I don't even know if Palace really played all that bad. I actually think Palace, for considering what they are and who they are and where they are in this season. I mean, they didn't exactly just turn up, just to get rolled over. It seemed like they did have a bit of a plan. It seemed like they did have, a sense of, how they wanted to play, and they caused us some frustrations. I think it was more credit to certain players that was also able to limit the influence of, Palace's strength. The Palace's strength is in that attack. It's in Zaha, it's in Elise, it's in Eze. For the most part, I think Zaha and Elise were kept pretty quiet. I would, from especially Zaha, I think was kept absolutely quiet.
I don't think it's down to a lack of creativity from them, because them players were running at us. Ben Davies handled Elise on that side. Emerson handled Zaha expertly. Anyone that came down Romero's side, it was dealt with. Langley was dealing with things that time. So even things that were coming our way, we dealt with it. We haven't seen the boneheaded mistakes we're used to seeing. And I think, we've got, like, we should be given that backline credit today. There was no balls sort of played in behind them. They weren't roasted. They weren't being skinned past. They weren't being played in behind and stuff like that. And I think that's, like, you look at Romero today, he won absolutely everything that came his way. We spoke about him having a drop off in recent weeks. Today, he was back to his best.
Yeah.
Dyer there being constantly caught out of position. But the biggest thing is we were good on the ball. And I've said this time and time again, when you keep the ball and you're good on the ball, and it means you're not defending. So that also has a massive part to do with it. We were good on the ball. We were comfortable on it. I actually do give them a bit of credit today for that back line, because it's been a huge, huge problem this season. And, I've always said, you take out Eric Dyer, you see a massive improvement. And we've seen that today. Just quickly, Flabby G, member for 1 month, says Spurs lucky to hold a clean sheet.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree. I think we deserved it today.
Yeah, I think,
I agree.
Yeah, we had that up earlier because, Flappy G was, admiring, Sean's pectoral knowledge, I think, Dave, with Flappy G. Dark Sun G says, Royale changed our defense. Finally, a clean sheet. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Dark Sun G. Emerson Royale, do you think his influence is that, deep where immediately he's plugged back into the squad and a lot of problems are solved for Spurs? Because Ryan Mason, once Emerson came back in, he was able to switch to a back four. We spoke about this on the pre-match build-up, Sean and Dave, right? Where, hypothetically, if Emerson was available, it gives you more of a reason to be able to switch to a back four. It makes it more of a possibility. And Emerson has done that
Mm.
today and has actually shown that that's a possibility for the rest of the season. So do you think, honestly, has
Yeah,
Emerson in a
I
way
thought it was
changed our
really good.
fortune?
I thought it was really good today. I still need to watch the game back, if I'm honest, to figure out, because the formation is so weird. Like, there were so many moments where you saw Romero playing on the left-hand side, and whether he's playing in the
And
middle
Emerson
or
was
of
more or
the
less
back
sitting
five,
back as
or
a
the
center back a lot of times.
yeah, but there were times when Emerson was on the left. There was times when Højbjerg was playing as a makeshift centre back. It was incredibly difficult to figure out what the actual formation was. And anybody that says it was one or the other, I don't think that's, I think this might be disingenuous to say that. I think it was a fluid formation with lots of individual player kind of responsibilities and instructions that were good. Listen, I think that Emerson Royale coming in, I think we know that Pedro Porro can't defend. We've seen it, right? We know that Perisic can't defend. So I'm not surprised to see us take those two out of the team, bring back in at least one defensive player in Royale, and then that boost the level of confidence. Also taking Eric Dyer out, who's the captain of individual errors, the captain of lacking concentration, having him out of the team, and Dyer and Longley alongside Romero. That back four felt a lot more comfortable and calm and considered under whatever pressure that Crystal Palace makes. Now, I don't think that they created much. Now, the argument is, did they not create much because they didn't care, or was it because people like Davies and Emerson had the people, their threats in their pocket? Like I say, I'll have to watch it again to make a conclusion. I'm pretty sure it's a combination of both. I don't think that Crystal Palace were particularly on point today at all. But when they did create things, I think that Ben Davies and Emerson and Romero and Longley all played very well. So I'm not taking any credit away. I'm not going to sit here and take the credit away. I think that the game was a pretty much like a bit. It's a very boring game to watch, and it's nice.
Was it a bit of like two teams just
concede.
trying to frustrate each other? Do you think, like, just two teams? Like, we
Yeah,
said KG in the
especially
beginning,
in the
right?
first half. Yeah, especially in the first half, and most of the game was very. I just don't think either team were particularly great going forward, but both teams were better defensively than they were going forward. So look, we'll take the 3 points. We'll see what happens afterwards with the Liverpool game. It's a good result, and listen, I'm impressed with the back line today. Well done to all of them, more so than anybody else. I do think Sonny put in a great shift. Well done to him. But guys, I have to leave. I'm so sorry.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
No worries, Shawnee. No worries. Thank you for your service, my friend. Sean, can you give yourself a little plug, please? I'm putting in the link right now. I'm spamming it in there.
If you don't already.
All right.
Yeah. If anyone hasn't subscribed, then come over and say hi. Love you guys. I'll speak to you. Speak to you tomorrow. Take care.
See you soon, Shawnee. Catch you, brother.
Bye.
All righty.
I'm here, Jack. Don't worry. I'm just grabbing a can of Coke out the fridge.
Okay, I was just making sure that, yeah. All right, everybody. We're going to keep powering on, though. So, yeah. Thank you, Dark Sun G, my friend, and Emerson Royale. I think making huge improvements, huge strides, huge influence into the team. And then what I would say, too, obviously, like a lot of people pointed out when I brought up the Emerson thing, they said it's not just that, Jack. It's the absence of Dyer as well. And it's probably the absence of Dyer. It's maybe Davies, as much as I don't think he had a great game. He's solid, maybe more defensively than Perisic is, and was able to sort of not be as much of a liability. That probably also helped as well. I think it's a combination of a lot of them. I would probably say maybe the big percentage of it, though, does go to Dyer and being left out, as well as the likes of Emerson coming back into the team, I think. And also because Porro and Emerson together, right, very hard working pair, so very difficult probably for most teams to come up against, because they both will they work hard defensively, but also happy to run forward as well, which is maybe a different dynamic maybe than other teams. They're good for a 4-4-2. Those two together, they're actually kind of traditional in a way.
The biggest difference today, Jack, was we got in amongst it, right? We got stuck in. We got our tackles in. We're so used to dropping off, letting players run at us, right? And that's a game that would have suited Crystal Palace today. Dropping off, letting them run at you. The fact that we engaged them, we got stuck in, we didn't let them, run at us. We didn't let them get their tricks and that out of the bag. And that's because you got people in that back line who love defending, who want to defend. They're not defending scared. Eric Dyer, once he starts making the mistakes, and it's just common sense. When they keep happening, you then become scared to play. You become scared to defend. You start doing exactly what Eric Dyer was doing, dropping off deeper, deeper, and deeper, and deeper, because you're afraid to commit. You're afraid to get stuck in there, And it's kind of like, the biggest difference for me is that you had Emerson wanted to get stuck in, which made Porro want to get stuck in. Romero was getting stuck in that middle, middle of the tree on the back. Romero was in there getting absolutely stuck in. And that's why I've spoke about this role being so crucial over the time. Any long ball that came, Romero dealt with. How many times have you seen Dyer misplace headers or letting balls go in over him? Anyone that ran at him, he dealt with. How many times have you seen Dyer being skinned? It's a huge difference there today in having defenders who actually want to defend. Even Langley, look how comfortable the guy looked beside Romero today.
Yeah.
And this is what I keep talking to people about. It's about partnerships. It's about being proactive. It's about reading the game, wanting to defend and stuff like that. And Eric Dyer's just not that guy. And today we see, get him gone. He is costly. It's that simple.
Oh.
It's that simple.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, Crankshar here saying Royale is worth every single penny. Absolutely worth every single penny, Crankshar. I've been saying that from the beginning, my man. And also as well, I'll continue to repeat myself, but I think it was just a bit lost on people that what we needed when Serge Aurier and Matt Doherty were here was defensively solid and competent fullback. Like, of course, maybe Emerson lacked, and still has a long way to go. I think maybe on the front on going forward and everything like that. But what I would say, though, is that a lot of people maybe don't appreciate that when we were having Serge Aurier and Matt Doherty, they were both just very sort of suspect defensively, and they were really, being taken advantage of. Whereas now with Emerson coming back into things, it does feel very different. It sort of feels like teams are actually struggling to come up against him, and teams are having to maybe work around, kind of that defensive sort of threat and competence that he offers. But I don't know. I think Emerson, he's just proven people wrong. He's proven the doubters wrong. And also it just shows that maybe as well, we're very quick to write off players. We're very quick to sort of slam them and sort of think that they're finished or think that they're not good enough. I mean, it is quite sad, how much hate he really did get and now how much praise he's getting now, because I don't think his performances were nearly as bad to be warranted, for maybe the criticism that he was getting. Because to be fair, Dave, I mean, I've said this before, I think he's had similar performances in the past, kind of like this, where, maybe people still were kind of, not exactly, his biggest fan back then. He's had performances like this. He's always had defensively solid performances.
But that's the thing, Emerson was asked to stick to what he's good at, which is defending, right? You didn't see him venturing forward. You didn't see him bombing down that right-hand side. And that's where the frustration coming with Spurs fans. But you got to remember, back at that time, we were winning games. So that's where the frustration was coming from, because Emerson wasn't producing anything going forward. But you're seeing, as soon as he got injured and we sort of took him out, that defensive solidity sort of was not there down that right-hand side. So you look at today's game, he didn't venture forward. He was just asked to defend, and he was absolutely brilliant out there today. Brilliant. But I just want to also just quickly mention, Romero's come in for a lot of criticism in the past. So is Langley. A lot of them have been criticized heavily. Look how comfortable they are without Eric Dyer there.
Yeah.
Look how good they can be. Look how solid defensively we looked. Many people forget that. We were expecting Zaha, Eze, and Oliseh to absolutely rip us open today. And it did not happen. And this is why I say, you just got to get that guy gone out of the team. If needs be, keep Emerson at right-sided centre-back. He done well today. Roll out that back line again. But, now I think today highlights the problem even more. Yeah, if you want, you could put it down to Palace on the beach. But let's be honest. It's not like they didn't try and venture forward when they got the football. They did. We just mopped it up every single time.
Yeah, mopped it up.
Every single time. And for me, you know, this is why I say, and you know, I've always said, you know, even if your forward players aren't playing well, which we weren't today, by keeping a clean sheet, you always have a chance if you just take that one opportunity. And that's exactly what we done today. We kept it solid at the back, didn't give anything away. And then we took that one opportunity, even though our forward players weren't exactly at the races, weren't ripping Palace apart. But also, how many times have I spoke about keeping the football? You keep possession. Not you don't have to defend. How many times have we seen moon boots just balloon the ball back to other players? That didn't happen from our back line today. Emerson was comfortable moving the ball. Romero was comfortable moving the ball. Langley was comfortable moving the ball, which meant we sort of, like today, we had a lot of possession. We didn't do out and win it, but because we haven't been used to having that possession, we were left void with ideas in it today. But, you know, it's good to see us getting back to a clean sheet, getting back to being on the ball, and hopefully, you know, over the next couple of games, you'll see a team maybe a bit more comfortable in possession, because it's a different ask to ask a team when you've got, like, the reason why, you know, we've scored a lot of goals this season as well, Jack, is because we play in counter-attacking football.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of games without possession of the ball, which means when we do get it back, all their players are more or less on the halfway line, and it's easier for us to get at them. Today, because we had possession, Palace sat back a lot, which meant there was a lot more bodies to play through. And that was our problem today. That's why you didn't see a 3-4-0 like, look, me and many people are expecting, because it becomes a different game. It's a different game when you keep possession, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And Adrian Chia there, kind of on a point you were making maybe earlier, Dave. Romero, Royale, plus Davies, and Forster are equals less panic in the defense. And I kind of want to break down maybe quickly what they kind of all bring sort of separately. Forster, what he's brought here, Adrian Chia, is that he's brought that sort of sense of competency when you actually have to pass it back to the keeper, because teams will press you, right? Teams will press you all the way where there will be no passing options but backwards. And you'll have to sometimes, you know, just send sort of a blind sort of spraying pass back to your keeper. You have to trust he's in the right position. You have to trust he's going to make a good touch. And you have to trust that he also has an idea of who he wants to pick out before he even picks up the ball right in the first place as well. Lloris has been incapable almost every single time at being able to do any of those things, I think, in that sort of, you know, vein. Whereas Forster has basically made it where I think teams originally, when Hugo was in goal, teams probably who normally didn't even press, all of a sudden were pressing very high up the pitch, because they knew that in case maybe a Dyer or even a Romero gave a bit of a sketchy back pass, you know, back to a Hugo, it wasn't going to probably end up, you know, being sort of cleaned up and mopped up, you know, kind of competently. They knew it could lead to a mistake of some kind, and it usually did. And I think now with Forster, you're actually seeing teams are probably kind of less, you know, expecting of a mistake. So they're probably not really willing to press because they know we can get caught out. And then another thing as well, I think he's more of a presence from set pieces, in the fact that you can't really, you know, crowd Forster. Like he's, you know, 6'8" or whatever he is. Like he's just going to reach over you and just grab the ball. And then he also, like we know, is very physical. So he can kind of just really shove you out of the way and kind of just not make it look like much effort whatsoever. And so I do think for those reasons, he brings that sort of right, that, you know, sense of safety. And then you have Romero alongside a Longley, players that I do believe kind of maybe understand each other, and how Longley is maybe right a bit more calm, not as like proactive to go out and win the ball, but very good on the ball. Romero is more of a guy that likes to step out of the defense. I think they both, of course, you know, speak Spanish, considering Longley played a very long time at Barcelona and Sevilla. So maybe as well, they're able to communicate easily. And then having Emerson, who's basically able to drop in as sort of like an extra right-sided center back, or basically as an extra sort of defender when need be, and other players are surging forward. You have guys that are just good at mopping up. You have guys that are just good at doing their job, and they all have their strengths and they all have their weaknesses, but they seem to understand each other better. Whereas the moment that it seems like Eric Dyer's in that defense team, you know, players maybe don't trust each other as much. They don't seem to really get their game. And I don't know. It's
But
it's
there's no
not it's not the
lapses.
best defense in the league by any sense. Like what we just watched today is by no means the best defense in the league. Absolutely come up against a better attack. They should probably concede. I mean, they probably would. But let's be honest here. This was light years better. This was light years better. We were
The only
conceding to anything that moved at one stage.
Yeah. The only lapses in concentration that really happened today, Jack, was Richarlison when he lost Joaquin Anderson from the set piece. and Skip when he lost Joachim Anderson from another set piece.
Yeah.
They're the only two real switching softball lapses and concentrations we had. And they're not even by defenders.
Yeah,
You
good
know,
point.
like the thing is, the way I see it is, right, we've been huge critics of the back line this season, huge critics, and rightly so. I mean, you'd want to be stupid not to criticize that back line this season with the amount of goals that they've conceded and stuff like that. And today, I got what I asked for. I didn't want to see Eric Dyer in there because I pinpointed him the problem, and we were defensively solid. So today, I do give them a bit of praise. I really do.
Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right. Well, I'm going to kind of maybe get some more kind of, maybe final points, that are maybe on my mind. So everybody feel free to keep getting your comments in here. Smash that like button if you can, please, as well. I think we'll try to get a fan show up later if people do want to have their say, but I understand it's also the weekend. And, finally, you're not in a state where Spurs have been ruining your weekend. Spurs can actually, look on to the rest of the games and see how the rest of the teams do. And apparently some results have gone our way as well. So, Spurs are, I guess, still staying relevant in that hunt for the Conference League and other European spots here. But for me, Dave, I think some of the players that maybe looked a lot more comfortable today were Pedro Porro. I think Pedro Porro and Emerson make a lot of sense in a 4-4-2. He can play as that sort of right mid that can track back defensively, but then also not be asked, to do too much defensively, where he's sort of the last man in certain situations. It's kind of like if you were to imagine just a typical Sean Dyche 4-4-2 formation. I mean, Pedro Porro would kind of be a blessing to a guy like him, right? Because he has that tenacity to sort of get stuck in, but he also has that good cross in, knows how to be able to pick people out, has really good intelligence with the way he picks people out. He actually, I think he's a much better crosser of the ball than Reguilon was. But what he reminds me about Reguilon was always good at like lifting up his head before he actually, was able to pick out his cross. Sometimes you'd see Reguilon, he would like clip it, play it on the floor, kind of hit it in very different ways, the cross, which means he was like an intelligent player. He knew he was picking out. He wasn't just sort of blindly just hitting it in, each and every time. And to be fair to Emerson, I think he kind of does that to, sometimes kind of just sort of blindly maybe hits it in, with a lot of force. Whereas Pedro Porro, I think in that right mid kind of area, Dave, I know it's a very unique position. It's a very sort of, specialized area, but he looks good in that type of position because he can, help out defensively, but he still is a threat going forward. He's not somebody that you can't discount going forward, and he can score a goal. I mean, he's hit them, right? He'll have a shot on goal if he wants to.
Pedro Porro is a player that you play in a possession-based team. If you're a counter-attacking team, Pedro Porro is not really any good to you, But if you're a possession-based team, Pedro Porro is an absolute wet dream. It's the weight of the crosses, Jack, that I'm enamored with. They're absolutely on the penny every single time. Like that cross to Kane just drops perfectly over Joachim Anderson's head for Kane to be able to get a brilliant connection on it. And this is something that Pedro Porro has provided since he's got here. But what I like about it, Jack, is what like you alluded to. He's a tricky customer because not only is he not
He's not just going to cross it every time. He's going to try to take you on. He's going to try to have a shot.
But he can shoot, and that's the difference. He has a good shot on him. He's already got a couple of goals since he's arrived here. He's probably got more than what Matt Doherty had over his career at Tottenham Hotspur. But Porro is a player that in a possession-based team, he's going to be a wet dream. When you're asking him to defend, it's not his game, Jack. There was a couple of times there today we asked him to defend, he'd done it. But when you're constantly asking him to defend after defend after defend, it's not his game. He's more of a forward-thinking player. But when you've got a solid back line there, you can keep him pushed up. You don't need defensive abilities doesn't even come into question because you're not asking him to do it at all. Because you got a back line who can mop it up like we've seen today. Like if we were playing Palace today and they had the majority of the ball, Davies would have been the right call on the left-hand side. Defensively today he was good, but going forward, every time he kicked the ball, it felt like he gave it away. And it's kind of like if you would have had Perisic there today, we probably would have bagged another couple. But some baby steps, Jack. Steps.
What did you make of Mason's decision quickly to keep Davies on the pitch then? Was that the right decision to kind of stick with the defensive guy and not go for it? Do you think that was the right decision, or could he have brought on Perisic?
No, I think it was the right decision at the end of the day, Jack. Look, we got to understand it's about baby steps, right?
Mm-hmm.
That last 10, you could see it. The last couple of minutes there, we looked a bit nervy. A couple of balls came into our box and stuff like that. And that's because we've obviously seen what's happened in weeks gone by, in weeks prior. So I think he done the right decision because if he would have brought on Perisic and Oliseh just got that one chance to run at us, who knows what could have happened. But at least with Ben Davies and in a 1-0 game, you'd rather be defensively solid and see it out than take that risk and go for the game and end up being caught out, right? I think it was the right decision today.
Mm. And what's the story? Big up the out loud, Mr. Harris saying our defense got a lot of help from the likes of Richie, Son, and Kane today. Need this every single game. Not sure if you were, up or and around listening to us at pre-match build-up, Mr. Harris, but we were kind of speaking about the likes of, we always talk about how the defense just are incompetent and just can't, really ever really do their job. But it's not always like defenders. Like we have seen times where midfielders are kind of slacking off a little bit, right? They're letting passes kind of in, between the lines too much, or, they're not really stepping out to try to, even make life a little bit difficult. You're seeing sometimes guys like Harry Kane and Sonny really not always, too keen to sort of track back or help teams out, or help others out even after they lose the ball. But this game, I think we saw a lot more. I think we saw, especially from the likes of Sonny, even more than, I'll be honest, like Richie, he's usually praised, right, for his defensive work. But Sonny probably had the most of the defensive
Yeah,
work
he was
today.
brilliant
Like,
today.
I think, and that's something you don't always get from the guy. And so when Ryan Mason brought up players, right, playing for their careers here, Sonny was doing things that we don't always see Sonny do, right? Something that's not always sort of his forte, or even maybe something that he's, always keen on doing, right? And I think he put in a lot of sacrifice, and Harry Kane as well, right? In Harry Kane, I think once he got his goal, once he kind of got into the game, saw him kind of get a breath of life, and he seemed to kind of, maybe start to expend a bit more energy. Got really stuck in actually towards the end of the game there. I forget who he helped out, but at one stage he really helped us out winning a free kick. Richie, I think you always guarantee that he's going to work hard. It's just that it's the other elements of his game, because he's
Yeah,
going to help out you defensively. It's actually a huge asset to his game, is that he helps you out defensively a lot, and he helps you out with pressing from the front, and it helps you kind of, maybe insert some influence. But he also just, when he gets his chances, he's just either a bit clumsy or just gets unlucky. That's a lot of things. He just sometimes gets really unlucky. He had some nice passes, I think, to some players, some nice outside the foot flicks and things like that. But then it just ended up not going to be
frustrating.
anything. He's a confusing one, Richie. But if I were to give sort of the praise to any of the front line that worked their ass off today, actually be Sonny. I think Sonny surprised me. He surprised me.
Yeah, Sonny was brilliantly defensively. I mean, that header that he made when they tried to go long over
Good point.
Oliseh off one of our
Good
corners,
point.
absolutely crucial. Absolutely crucial. And look, heading isn't one of Sonny's strong points. How many times have we seen him pull out headers? But it was good to see that today. Um, what was I going to say? It'd be interesting to see when it comes to Richarlison, Jack. Look, yeah, he done a lot of running, but he was piss poor in general.
Yeah.
I'm starting to question, his movement, his reading of the game. I think, look, he was good at Everton. When you get the ball into the box, let him go and attack it, right? It's where he got his two of his goals this season against Marseille doing that. He scored a goal at Liverpool doing that exactly, getting on the ball and attacking it. But I question, does he know how to fit into a team that's fluid? That like you see often when they try to include him in passing sort of patterns of play, it often breaks down with him. Like there today, Porro played one inside. It's a simple layoff, and he gets it wrong.
Hmm.
That happened a couple of times today. But Jack, that's something I highlighted earlier on in
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
season as well.
Yeah.
And it's the link-up play that really lets him down, and that's why he can't get into the game.
Mm.
He cannot get into the game because of that. And for me, he needs to do better. I question, like the fact that we're talking about this problem today is good, right? Because usually we're talking about
Other
that,
things.
how to tighten up that back line. But today we're talking about the creativity. And I just
Yeah.
question, if you did have a Kulu in there today, maybe would have we unlocked the door a few more times than we did?
Mm.
I think it's a valid question when it comes to
I
Richie,
just,
because
yeah.
he
Sorry.
does break down a lot when they try to include him in the passing patterns, Jack.
Like Dave, I love to praise him for sort of
Mm.
his other elements of the game, his hard work, his tenacity, his ability to just make defenders think about him.
Mm.
And like I said, though, it feels like you always get that right from him. That's like a strength of his. You always get that from him. But then, like, he didn't have sort of those, those passes or those sort of like movements or anything that he's had. Like, because he's had good games where he's had great movement, great sort of, timing where he comes and drops deep or he comes and holds up the ball. Just wasn't there today. I'll be honest. I just feel like he was doing kind of the normal Richie stuff. But then when it did come to like, what can you do as a striker? What can you do as a forward? Was kind of missing it, maybe. And what's kind of a bit confusing is I think in other games, like in the Liverpool game, Dave, remember he came off the bench immediately. We started like getting up the pitch a lot more. He was helping people out with the 1-2s. He was actually spectacular the moment he came on, against Liverpool and then in games previous. So he's just a confusing one, Richie. I think he is a confusing one because you get good things from him. Like, it's not like if he has a bad game, he's just going to walk around, and mope about right across the pitch. But you also need more end product at the end of the day because he's a 60 million pound striker.
Do you know what it is, Jack? He's so used to balls just being launched into the box. He's so used to sort of trying to chase dead ends that I think he's forgotten how to play. At Tottenham, you need to have that link-up play. You need to fit in with the passing movement. Like against Nottingham Forest, when he played out on the right-hand side, I thought he fitted in well. He's getting involved in the passing play. But too many times this season when I've watched him, I even remember earlier on the season when he was on the left, I was giving out because every time the ball came to him, he was bouncing off from her. It was a heavy touch. And that's the biggest thing he needs to work on this summer is his link-up play.
Yeah.
If he wants to fit in at Tottenham and have a career at Tottenham, he has to work on that.
Yeah. Well, everybody, I think we'll leave it there. Hit that like button, please. Feel free as well, to leave a comment down below or anything that maybe we might have missed or anything like that. Schedule-wise, I'll let you know if for fan show tonight, I think we could try to run one, especially if there is, certainly the demand for it and people want to have their say. Absolutely can do that. Likes of maybe, I don't know, there's only really one goal in it, so there's only so much you can really talk about, I think, at the end of the day. But Dave, any other kind of final points or any kind of final things to say here?
Yeah, I felt really relaxed today without you, the racing player in the team, and I think we found our best position.
That's what people have been saying.
Everywhere out of the starting 11, anywhere but the starting 11. So, yeah, huge positives today, and when it comes to the back line, I encourage people to listen to me.
There you go, everybody. Well, hopefully keep following along, everybody. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe. Please hit that like button on the way out. Plenty of content coming your way next week. Looking forward to a good podcast. Looking forward to some good debate shows and everything. And also as well, I do believe, if anything, if maybe no fan show tonight, of course, always fan show Monday. As always guarantee you that, everybody. But really do appreciate everybody that's tuned in thus far. It's good to see people, kind of at least having something to sort of be happy about this weekend when it comes to Spurs. Whether it even is that big of a win in the first place, still at least Spurs didn't maybe ruin your weekend. But we'll leave you there, everybody.
And just quickly, that's the thing. Look, we're not sitting here. We're not happy clapping and stuff like that. But you can only analyze what you're seeing. And today we've seen a win. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. We'll be seeing you, everybody. In the Harris Army, we trust.
Everywhere we go.